Guys,
how are you?
If I was any better, it would be illegal.
Oh, that's a good one.
All day you'll be hearing that.
You're a card.
Now, we got Jenny Hutt on the phone, but I want to get the first plug-in for Kyle here. Unconstitutional.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a great one-man show. Great. And it's going to be at the Cherry Lane Theater from July 4th through the 23rd, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And how do they get
really
tickets?
hitting out of the park, I'll tell you the truth.
I'm going to go and
How do you get tickets? Google it, you morons. How else do you get tickets these days?
All right.
I love the fact you give everybody the link. Google Unconstitutional, my name, and enjoy a lovely show.
Right?
Google it.
It's great.
Thanks.
No shows on Wednesdays.
No shows Wednesdays.
Is that the day Broadway goes dark?
No, it's a religious thing for me.
Oh, okay.
Every Wednesday is Sunday. Unconstitutional.
Now we got Jenny Hutt on the phone.
Jenny Hutt.
She's now, I don't know, she's like a slave for fucking Dr. Drew or something.
Dr. Drew. She's on the little panel there on Headline News.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she was talking last night about the Trayvon Martin Zimmerman trial.
Don't tell her. Let's just go cold.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Jenny.
Hi, guys. First of all, hi, Colin Quinn. How are you?
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
How are you?
We're very happy that you got this gig with Dr. Drew, by the way.
I know, but you're upset with me over
What?
No, you look good on TV, by the way.
Witness.
You look good on
You
TV.
did look pretty good.
Thanks, guys.
Gotta be honest.
Thank you. That's very
Wasn't bad. Your hair was lustrous.
Is
Nice.
Is that your natural color?
Not anymore.
Uh-oh.
Why would anyone choose to be a redhead?
You were that...
I wouldn't. I mean, I was born a redhead, but I'm an old
It
lady
looks good,
now.
though.
You still red down there?
Yeah, I'm not, thankfully. Well, first of all, there isn't much down there.
Nice.
Oh, what? You got that fucking... What do you got, the mange?
Listen, in today's world, how many women have much there?
I don't know.
True.
A woman of your age, though, you'd think you'd just let it grow in at that point.
Do you clean up the butthole, though?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
There's nothing there. That's not. Yes, I've been lasered.
You've been lasered.
Jenny's a fucking trooper, man.
You lasered your ass?
Yes.
God bless.
That's fucking
Did that
great.
hurt?
Yeah, that hurt. But the underarms hurt the worst.
You know what that means? I mean, she had some little ass play going on.
Yeah, she...
No, I don't. I don't
Why
like
else
that,
would a girl want it to be?
Because for doggy style, they want it to look good.
Is that it?
do.
All
Yes.
right, Carl.
Colin actually met my husband. Colin, remember backstage at the Jerry Seinfeld
Tea party?
thing?
Oh, name dropping.
What's his name?
Quinn.
No. You would have to show it. Colin doesn't realize that he knows me because we've met a bunch of times recently.
That doesn't...
He's looking at your picture, and there's
do
not
know
even.
you.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, he met my husband at the...
He doesn't know you.
Anyway, go on.
Jenny.
He doesn't know who you are. There's a picture of you two
Right in front of his face.
I do know her.
There's
like,
no recognition.
That event.
There's no recognition whatsoever in Colin's
That's to say, it
face.
was a Jerry Seinfeld. It was like
Yes, at the Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld.
That's no
The
idea.
thing was for.
Oh,
Anyway, you were
wow.
very-
I remember it was a stand up for cancer.
Indeed.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember meeting you. He remembers the event.
All right,
Didn't you hear what he just did there? He was trying to help you
He
out.
remembers the cancer.
Because he's a nice guy.
Okay.
So your take on this star witness surprised all of us here at the Opie and Anthony
Really
show.
did.
This is what I thought.
We thought we were looking at a dummy.
She was terrible, Jenny.
Listen, I don't think do I think she's a super smarty pant person? No, but I don't think she was calculating.
Jenny.
Yes.
How
She
did
was
you?
obnoxious.
How did you think that was a good witness for the prosecution? How would you think a jury would look at this girl and go, "Yes, this is what we're looking for," as far as the prosecution having to convey to us that there was some type of a murder going on that evening? How did that help the prosecution?
Well, I think what the prosecution is going to ultimately prove isn't that this was not a first-degree murder situation.
No, it wasn't second either.
This was that, in my opinion, that Zimmerman didn't like the look of Trayvon, and Zimmerman was tracking him and following him, and then Trayvon fought back, and then Zimmerman shot him.
Can I ask you a question, though? Like, you were on Dr. Drew's show, and like I said, you look good. But why, why do you... It's almost like you're spinning it to keep with the narrative. Like, when you're talking about this girl being a good witness for the prosecution, she was terrible.
Horrid
she was
witness.
caught lying under oath. She was caught with
She was caught lying in one of the depositions.
That's still a lie.
Yeah.
Because I understand that, but I think she didn't want to. I feel like she's having a hard time being there. She was the last person to speak to him.
No, Jenny, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I apologize. And I do know that. But what I mean is when you're on Dr. Drew and you're saying, I thought she was a good... Why is the press or anybody in the press keeping with this narrative? She was an awful prosecution witness,
Well,
even if you believe her.
Typically on that show, I don't keep with anyone else's perspective. I keep with my own. And
Okay.
any of the other cases
Rebel.
that we talked about...
The Red Rebel, they call her.
Red Rebel.
All right, easy there. Easy, Jenny. I'm just chatting. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm aware that it's not the popular opinion with many people, but
What? Yours is the popular opinion. Yours is the opinion on every fucking mainstream
with
news.
the press, not with the people with the press.
With the tweet of the night goes to Anthony when he said the jury, she thought it was what she was wearing
in her ears. What's that? I gotta address the jury?
I liked that Anthony said, "Holy shit, Jenny." I laughed. I liked it.
Did you hear what I said?
Oh, no,
What,
Chip.
Chippa?
She looks zooted.
She didn't look zooted.
She didn't look zooted at all.
What are you talking about? Jenny, I just don't think she was a good witness for the prosecution. That's the bottom line. You said she was.
This is the first. This is like the third day of the trial today, I think.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it keeps going. I think there's going to be a lot of. There were going to be many witnesses brought, and we're going to see what the timeline was and what was right, and let's see if she gets impeached.
Now, even your
your
quick synopsis of what happened, what you believe happened, whatever it is, that even isn't murder too, you know.
Well, let's
murder
see
also.
Yes, murder also.
Let's see what the judge's instructions are ultimately to the jury, and let's see how it plays out. I'm not sure that he's going to get convicted, but I do think that there was I can't imagine that you guys don't think there was some element of racist something or other.
No, I don't see any racial. The only racial thing I see here on Zimmerman's part is that every time he's called the cops, the description has been a black male because that's who's been breaking into the fucking houses over there. Right. So why wouldn't you then think another black male walking in the neighborhood could be suspicious, might want to find out where they're going, keep an eye on them while you call the police. And as you know, every murderer calls the cops and then tells them where you are at every minute. But that's the only racial element, is that perhaps George was doing some profiling. But why has profiling become this bad word? If you walk by a goddamn pit bull every day and it bites you, aren't you going to look at pit bulls a little different? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that, and I totally value your perspective.
Of course you do.
My concern is that when the cops told him to back down,
the cops never told him to back down. A non-emergency police operator said, "Are you following him?" He said, "Yes." He then said, "We don't need you to do that." That instruction was given for the safety of George Zimmerman, period. We don't need you to do that.
Right.
Doesn't mean stand down. It doesn't mean he continued stalking. And by the way, the very next word on the tape is George Zimmerman going, "Okay." So where is this stalking and pursuit? You're continuing this bullshit narrative that the press started with and is continuing with, even though the facts of this case are completely contrary to every fake, racist, race-baiting story that the news is putting out there.
Well, this is what I'll say. I'll say that I hope that the system works in this trial, and I hope that whatever truth is, the actual truth comes out, and I hope the right thing happens.
Jenny, I do believe you and the rest of mainstream media will be culpable to any riots that happen because of an acquittal, because the layman that watches the news on this case, if there's an acquittal, will sit there and go, how the fuck was he acquitted when all this evidence is against him? Because they're not reporting the evidence. They're reporting the fake story that they got from day one, and they're not telling the people that need to know that he was justified in a self-defense shooting. They're not telling the people. So then when they acquit him, they're going to go, why did they acquit the stalker that chased him when the police told him to stand down? Jenny Hutt.
last night there wasn't anyone on the panel
Yeah.
who was taking your perspective, but there have been. So
But
if you
Jenny-
keep watching, you'll see there are some
boy.
panelists who come on saying that.
This is the mentality we're in. This is the me. And again, I know you're just doing your gig, but like they dumped out of
great.
the words. And
You
you
look
look
great.
terrific. They
I mean,
dumped.
you guys have to look terrific. I know I'm going to hang up.
Jenny, no.
You look
I
terrific.
swear.
Long cleavage,
You look good. No, you look
look
good
terrific.
on HD, too, which is very difficult for a lot of
Yes.
people who don't look good in high definition. You looked really good.
Bring this up on Dr.
The makeup
Drew's
girl
show.
should get a huge raise.
Yeah, she's a true artist.
That's spackle, baby. What?
Bring this up on Dr. Drew. How the press dumps out of the words.
Red Rebel.
They dump out of the words
Look out.
nigga, and they dump out of the word cracker because it was reported that Trayvon said it. But when the word coon, hold on. Hold on. Listen, let me finish. I'm talking about the people. Let me finish. I'm talking about the people you work for and how Anthony is saying that the media is culpable. They dumped those words because it was reported that Trayvon Martin said it. But when they couldn't stop saying coon, when they thought that Zimmerman said it, they said coon over and over because it was reportedly coming from George Zimmerman.
Right.
But when it looked like Trayvon said something racist, the fucking press dumped it.
Or if they say it, they dismiss. They do it quickly. It's like, hey, we said it, but
Yeah.
really, it's not.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I think because the skew here in that way is trying to not blame the victim, and so I think.
But not blaming the victim, just being honest about what was said. This is a court transcript.
But I think that,
Exactly.
I think the press at large, in that way, doesn't want to. The kid is dead, so he can't.
You listen, you listen what you're doing. You're justifying why they're dumping out of language on cable TV during a trial.
Well.
There should be nothing off limits as far as language
that
goes
is
in that
sickening.
context.
I agree. They
That
should
is the
just
one
air the whole
context
trial.
that
They should
everyone
just
should
air the
agree
trial.
you should let any language fly. It's a
Right.
news program. It's a trial. It's real.
Indeed,
Yeah.
I agree. Any trial.
It's true.
Jenny, what we
Yes.
suggest is you drop a few N-bombs tonight in front of Dr. Drew.
Yeah, you should.
Let's spice this shit up a little
Yeah.
bit. All right?
I want to approach Ritz.
Yeah.
I want to approach the Ritz company with creepy ass crackers.
Nice.
Wouldn't that be good?
Really
You
good.
put a little cheddar on it.
I would like
Question: have you guys talked to Paula Dean yet?
Well,
love
if
to
you
talk
get
to
off
her.
the phone, we'll be able to start talking Paula Dean.
That's where to go.
That was our next topic.
Yeah, shouldn't you be in makeup by now? What time's the show? What time's the show,
Follow me
Jenny?
on Twitter at Jenny Hutt.
No.
All
What,
right, Jenny.
all kidding aside, what do you got on Paula Dean?
I don't think she is a huge fan of the African Americans, and I feel bad for her that she's lost everything in her life. But
Yeah,
I don't
it's silly.
think she handled this
Because she may have said nigger 30 years ago.
Yeah, she told the truth, Jenny. You're right. She didn't handle it
Amazing.
correctly. She should have lied.
Yeah, you got to
I don't
lie.
think she should have lied. I think yesterday when she was on the Today Show and she said that she's used the N-word
on the
one
Today
time in
Show.
her whole life.
That's a lie.
That's
Of
No,
course
that's
that's
the
a
day
lie.
before yesterday.
Have you ever used it in your life?
That's not a word I use.
No, I didn't say that.
that's such-
Have you ever said it in
No,
your...
I don't. No. I mean,
I don't believe anyone that says no.
Anyone that says they
Sean
never said it
Hannity
in their
did the
life
same
is
fucking thing on
lying.
our show. You're lying.
No,
Lying.
some people never used it. I could see some people. I'm not saying me.
Never
I'm just saying-
said it?
I'm not saying
I'm not
me.
saying-
I'm not even saying used it.
Hey, listen.
There's a difference between using it and saying it.
I never used it, but I can't speak for this guy.
The 19-year-old Colin
Young
Quinn.
Carl. You look good. You look like fucking, what's his face there from the 70s show?
Young Kyle put up numbers. You
Young
put up
Kyle.
numbers.
I'm gonna go, guys. I do use the word cracker a lot.
Bye,
Yeah,
Jenny.
yeah.
Good talking to you.
All right, Jenny.
Bye, everybody.
Congrats on the gig for real.
Bye. Thank
There's another. Well, goodbye.
What?
There was no, not yet. It's good. There was
All
another
right.
story in
Let's
the
say
news
goodbye
about
to the
that
Red Rebel.
Goodbye.
That New
All right.
Jersey home invasion where
Right.
that black guy is pummeling the shit out of a white woman while her young baby is sitting on the couch next to him. And then they spoke with the woman, and they spoke with the woman's husband,
Right.
who was watching it in a room with like 8 police officers and stuff. And now I'm saying, is it justified for that guy, the guy and the wife and everything, to call that guy a nigger that came into the house, beat his full wife? Would that be justified? If in the future he's asked, have you ever used the word nigger? And he goes, yes, I have. Here's the instance. Would anyone hold him at fault? Which blows the story or the theory that it's never appropriate to use that word.
Sam, play it.
It's absolutely appropriate right there.
Exactly.
Did
And
he
you know
beat it?
what?
Did he- oh.
I think very few black people would complain if
They wouldn't.
But the ones that make the most noise would complain, and
With
he'd
their
be
little
fucked.
white cohorts.
And the
yes.
white cohorts would be the worst.
Did
than
he
the
rape her, or was it just a beating?
No, a fucking horrid beating.
What was it? He wanted more money. She didn't have it.
No, he literally
He
walked
ran in and
kicked
punched
in the
her.
Door. Watch. He kicked in the door. She's just sitting home with the daughter watching cartoons. She stands up to see who kicked her, what happened at the door, and she's like this. So you see him just beating the shit out of him.
Beats the shit out of her
is this
immediately.
is the press covering this for the racial attack that it is?
No.
Wow.
No.
Just curious as to why.
No, it's just some white, and then he throws it down the stairs to the basement.
Fucking Abbott. No.
Fuck it. Oh, hit play.
What does she have, a nanny cam or
I
something?
don't know how
Yeah.
many more hints I could give to Sam. I go, did you see it,
Look
Jim?
at
And I
this.
keep pointing. Stupid Sam just sits there.
She's like, what
Door's
the
open.
fuck is...
I'm not asking for money yet. Her daughter's right there on the couch. Her daughter's right on the couch.
What a
Ow.
Watch.
what a savage. What a fucking savage.
If she would have had a gun...
She wouldn't have been able to get to it right there anyway.
You know what? No, when she looked at him coming in the door, she could pull that fucker right out.
And it's, here it is.
What a fucking
daughter, I think.
savage. What a fucking savage.
Choking her, throws
Yeah.
her on the floor. Look
Yep.
at this fucking animal.
What a fucking animal.
Pig, kicks her in the face,
Throws it down the basement.
and
What
then
a
picks her
fucking
up,
animal.
throws it down the fucking stairs.
Yeah, but don't.
Chokehold.
Yeah.
He's choking her.
Yeah. There you go. Lovely.
It's a daughter.
How old's the daughter?
3. She's just sitting there in shock, the poor kid.
This fucking savage.
He keeps running upstairs.
And it's in
She's-
Millburn, which I believe is near the awful community you came from.
Oh, awful community. She's fucking like half unconscious. She's trying to get up. She's rolling on the
She's
floor.
trying to protect her daughter.
Yeah. Now he comes back down and kicks her in the face.
Look at this fucking savage animal.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Can you imagine as a husband having to watch this?
He throws her down the steps?
Yeah.
This fucking animal.
Now, after you watch that,
And that was him leaving?
wouldn't it have been nice if perhaps somebody had been driving through the neighborhood, seen this guy walking around, maybe even deemed him as suspicious at some point because of his action, whatever, and called the police and kept an eye on him to see if he went into someone's fucking house, perhaps?
You can't. Again, the disgust I have is the way they will cover this or
I
the
know.
lack of coverage they'll give it.
It's horrible.
Well, I mean, the saddest, the most egregious example is the lack of coverage of that Marine case.
Oh, we talked about that too. The
Huge.
fucking Marine and his wife that were killed.
It was
yeah.
a robbery.
But I
That's
forgot-
just- it was just a robbery.
Oh, just a robbery. No, the guy didn't get a promotion. That was what it was.
Right.
But at the same time, they wanted to not make it a racial story, but they scrolled racial slurs on the
They
wall.
wrote nigger on the wall to make it look like it was the Klan.
Yes, yes.
Oh, they did?
Yes, the
Yeah,
black
yeah,
guys
yeah.
wrote nigger to make it look like it was the Klan.
But the press...
totally racial.
You'll never know about that because the press wouldn't fucking report
They
it.
won't go near it.
They don't go near shit like
terrible.
that. It's
They're
the-
fucking terrible,
it's an
man.
amazing double standard. That
Yeah.
guy, by the way, is still on the loose.
They'll get him.
Still on the loose.
What a
Is she okay?
horrible...
Yeah, what kind of injuries?
Yeah, she got beaten up pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, mentally, oh yeah, she'll be all healed. But then, you know what the rest of her fucking life is like mentally?
Fucking
and her
savage.
daughter, the fucking poor kid sitting there, the husband who's got to watch this and be like, oh, I wasn't fucking there to protect my wife. It fucks their whole lives up. Then there was an ADT alarm truck parked in front of the house the next day, installing it. I'm like, oh, what? Installing it against those
white
white
burglars.
people that in the commercials? The white guy that comes in with the Hamburglar mask on and the fucking bag. Yeah. Please.
That video's horrific.
Oh, it's unbelievably brutal.
I knew it was bad. I avoided it, to be honest with you.
It's so
'cause
bad.
I knew it was horrendous, but
so bad.
seeing it, holy fuck.
And that, you know, in New Jersey right now is going through a fucking legislation for new gun laws, and
Right.
it looks like Christie's going to fucking bow to these cocksuckers. And there's an instance where, you know, you have to be allowed to protect yourself.
Yes.
In your own home.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, I mean, the door was locked. The guy kicked in the front door.
Fucking door in.
He
Who's
did.
protecting you against people kicking your fucking door in?
Exactly.
There wasn't a cop there. There wasn't fucking Governor Christie standing there running block for that woman.
No, exactly.
And he went upstairs at one point where perhaps she could have reached a weapon if she was allowed to have one, if she wanted one. You know.
Or either way, he could have done anything there, you know. He could have done a lot worse, even.
This nanny cam could have caught a fucking murder. It happened right there. Or a rape or something.
Yes.
It's just horrible.
It's brutal.
It's almost lucky that a savage beating is all that happened.
What a fucking animal this guy. He's just a fucking savage animal.
No regard for human life. No empathy for anything. No thought of consequence. It's a savage animal.
Instead of like, you didn't need to do that. He didn't need to beat her. Out of fear of safety for her and her daughter, she would have gotten him what he wanted.
Of course.
There was no need for that.
He ran right in and pummeled her.
Like an animal would run. Like a fucking wild animal would run in.
I think, can we give Jim Norton the understatement of the day? There was no need for that.
But I mean, in his, you know,
no
need for that.
I need a laugh there.
Thanks.
Jesus God.
Thanks, Aunt Irma.
Let's move on to Paula Dane. Paula Dane.
Yes, exactly.
Paula Deen.
But Paula Deen was the
on the
headline
Today
news.
Show.
Why would she say the N-word 30 years ago?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous.
It's insane out there.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. I'm talking just about the media.
I swear to God.
The media is the problem.
They're insane.
We're living in weird times.
So Paula Deen went on the Today Show, that red-faced idiot from her apology tapes. And,
She's an idiot, but what about, can we please talk about the righteous indignation of Matt Lauer?
Oh, yeah.
Boo.
Did he?
Matt, you're being glib.
He's like this. I mean, did you in fact say this? Instead of going, hey, we all know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
He has to play his stupid part.
Oh, my God, but he
How does he
seems to
sleep at
revel in
night?
it.
I know. How does he sleep at night, though?
Probably
He
very
knows.
comfortably.
He knows better.
Very wealthy.
And I
He
guarantee
seems to
he's-
revel in the Borgata of the...
All right. Well,
name all that.
we could start with...
casinos. He's showboating again, and his act trumps anyone's that he.
You want to you want to start from the top or go right to the "Are you a racist?" question? Let's go to "Are you a racist?"
It literally sounds like, are you now or have you ever been from...
Right.
Or fucking, or like McCarthy. It's like McCarthyism. Are you a communist?
Yes. Now it's a racist.
I mean, what I just said?
I think
use the actual term.
I think you're talking about fucking. Are you now? Have you been a homosexual from Full Metal Jacket?
No.
Oh, no, from Clockwork Orange. Sorry, I think you're doing a movie line.
No, it's from, that's how they said.
Have you?
Comments.
Well, I don't remember. That was your high school days. How am I supposed to know? Oh shit, swim walk.
As we sit here, it seems to me an informal jury of your peers and your fans and your critics and your business associates are weighing the question: is Paula Deen a racist? So I'll ask it to you bluntly: are you a racist?
Yes. Whoa! Watch out for Matt Lauer.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt. I'm a racist.
You're not in the Panjshir Valley interviewing the head of the Al Qaeda. But you're going to get hardcore and in depth. Idiot.
Ah, shit.
No, I'm not.
By birth, by choice, by osmosis, you don't feel you have racist tendencies.
Oh, what a country! What a country!
Can you believe this?
This is more than TV. It's
like
Can
fucking
you believe
white people
this?
scolding each other to deflect attention from themselves.
Oh, it's like Vonnegut.
Don't you think everyone's racist to an extent?
Yes.
It depends what you call racist.
Yes.
I mean, you might have just a little bit,
It
or
depends
a
what you call
lot.
racist.
And this makes it worse. Worse. I can't.
It depends what you call racist. I mean, I like to define racism, which nobody could do in this country.
I'm
either,
called
by the way.
racist every night on Twitter for just criticizing black people. And then,
Yes.
oh, you're a racist. And they honestly think that I'm being a racist.
They
So their definition is any white person that criticizes a black person is a racist. Then there's people that need, burning crosses and fucking Klan hoods to define a racist. So, the definition, it's just not there.
Definition is very all over the place.
Yes.
don't feel you have racist tendencies?
No. As a child, I was raised in a home.
That accent never good when you're being asked if you're racist.
Let me tell you one thing. I've been so kind to the Negroes growing up.
I said nigger as a noun, not an adjective.
Exactly. You know, growing up with the little pickaninnies running around the yard, I think
that accent.
By the way,
is very hard to defend.
The other question I'd like to ask is when they do destroy her whatever empire, which is ludicrous that she should have an empire, but she has an empire to begin with. How many black employees does she have that are going to be unemployed? Right. That's the other question.
Yes.
And how do they feel? They're like, I'd rather have my job and have her have said the N-word during a bank robbery than be unemployed and part of the big solution.
Yeah,
I don't like your impression of her employees. That was you doing her employees. I didn't like.
I was doing kind of this guy went to one of those black colleges in Atlanta.
I went to Morehouse or to Howard.
Howard's the go-to.
My impression was pretty ludicrous.
She was robbed at gunpoint. Am I right? Is that what happened?
Yes.
By a black guy.
And she came home and said, "I need a nigger right. We're gonna give me the store, rob my ass." She got that great voice, like 3-pack a day.
Tolerated bad grades. He would tolerate maybe me breaking a curfew.
Well, this is really irrelevant, but
if I ever
how's Matt looking at this point? Is he just
Matt looks like he always looks
behaved in a way
bewildered
where you
and
think you're better
hostile
than others, or have been unkind?
He's like a passive
your
aggressive.
butt is going to be mine.
All right, but you raised your right hand.
Yes, I
and
did.
you swore under oath.
And you spoke honestly, which you should never do.
That was the crime.
That was the lesson we all learned.
Don't
that
just lie.
is the lesson.
Yeah, you can't speak
never
honestly.
be honest.
Ever.
Never be honest about the race, especially because you will be hung.
Right.
Let's hear it.
I'm glad we all learned that, Anthony. But anyway.
You have used a word that is the most offensive word you use to describe an African American. This wedding you wanted to plan, that plantation-style wedding, whether you use the N-word.
Well, maybe the plantation-style wedding was a little
Pretty much. The Bill Hertzer case.
That's a little rough. A little over the top. But you know what? A nice period piece. Hey, you know, they did it in Django.
Yeah.
It worked in Django.
It's like, I want a Jenga type of vibe. Jenga. Yeah. So, Okra, we have them sit at a separate section called the field house, and then we're going to sit up here.
Now, where's the slave hot box going to be for the big ceremony?
Jesus.
Is that going to be out there in the yard?
This is a hot box / barbecue pit that she had. It's kind of in bad taste. I know. And she goes, I like the fact that she goes, obviously, La Femme, she goes, the media be all over me for that one. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez, Paula.
Or not. So how does someone use the N-word, whether in anger or in a joke or in private, the most offensive word to African Americans,
Except
and
that
not be considered a racist?
when they use it.
They're using it constantly.
The day I used that word, it was a world ago. It was 30 years ago.
Listen to this
groveling.
You should have said, Matt, I'm going to hold a gun in your face right now, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't want you to call me the B word.
Yeah.
How can you say I'll kill you and not be considered a murderer? Sometimes you just say things in anger, Matt.
And this is the point we're at in society where now you're responsible for something you said 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Most offensive word for African Americans.
30 years ago.
Look at Colin 30 years ago. He's unrecognizable.
Do you have a picture of what you looked like 30 years ago?
Yeah, he
Look
tweeted
at
it
you.
yesterday.
Wow, really?
Carl.
Good head of hair.
Carl looks like Philippe Cousteau.
He did.
Back in the 70s. Right?
Somebody said I looked like John Holmes.
You got a little John Holmes in you?
Yes.
The old Carl?
You do from like the face down to the chin. And then you look nothing like John Holmes.
Oh, look at Carl.
Hopefully you'll wind up like him.
So now we're all going to have to live perfect lives.
Oh, look
It
out.
used to be what
it's
you were
too late.
doing in the here and now, but now we're going to go back 30 years.
30 years, she says,
30
nigger,
years.
and it's fucking now resurfacing like she fucking buried a dead baby, like Sling Blade, had to fucking dip that poor little feller, you know?
Yeah, well,
Give me a break.
We look at it like it happened last week. It's unbelievable. It's maddening.
Carl, who's the guy next to you there? Who's your buddy?
My friend Pooh. I still talk to him.
Do you? Yeah. Were you guys smoking some weed?
Yeah, we probably smoked a little weed.
You look like a fucking 40-year-old homeless guy there.
Yeah, they said I looked like Tom from
Tippy Tom.
Tippy Tom.
You had good abs, though. Colin had fucking abs.
Where were you, the conch?
You look like a karate guy.
Yeah.
Were you in the conch? Yeah.
Good arms. Colin had some guns. No chest whatsoever, but good fucking guns.
Oh, what a fucking...
He's got like a Bruce Lee body. You got to give it to him.
Exactly.
No chest, but everything else is kind of happening.
Yes, I wish you had a Brandon Lee body. Wow.
Did you fight? Did you fight back then?
He's Irish. Of course he threw some fucking fists.
I would say I was talented at it, but yeah.
You threw? Threw a few?
I was good at it.
What were you doing right there?
It looks like you have missing teeth. Like, I can't connect you to that guy.
I was trying to be funny.
Were you crushing something on your head?
I was trying to be funny, like, hey, you guys taking a picture.
Oh, like what were you doing, a Sha-na-na pose?
Yeah. The beach.
Wow. Yeah, I can't even see you in that picture.
It was a candid.
Like you can't put that picture anywhere and say, guess who this celebrity is. And
you kind of see it.
Right. Guess who this guy is, maybe.
They recognize Pooh first.
I knew that was coming.
Oh,
Is Pooh still alive? You still friends with him?
Yeah. I saw him recently.
Paula Deen was a teller at the time this whole thing went down?
Yeah, real snitch.
That's a problem.
A shaking gun. Because the man that had the gun to my head, unbeknown to me,
was a nigger.
My customer at the main office.
But didn't you also admit, Paul, that you used the word on other occasions?
No.
So you
wait a minute. Let me just say something.
Witch hunt.
He wanted to get past that story.
Right, yes.
So fast.
Because he feels guilty inside because he knows it's all bullshit.
He's like, whoa, let's move on to something else. This is not part of the narrative.
People might accept that as a reasonable reason to use that word.
Of course they would. All black people would accept it.
Yes, black guy hold this fucking gun in your face.
All black people would accept it. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. So, let's get past that to the point where you just said it because, the fucking guy was walking down the street. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What a smug
So you have, other than that one time in the bank, a robbery attempt,
always
you're telling me you have never used the N-word.
I never. They asked me in all of my 66 years on Earth, had I ever used it.
What the fuck is wrong with this country?
Can you believe this is happening?
Who gives a fuck?
I'm so insane.
He was later caught.
Holy shit!
I had gone out on a limb for him and gotten him alone, and he was frightened that I was going to recognize him.
That you were asked in that deposition whether you had used the N-word on other occasions and said...
He's like, forget the gun point,
Robert. Of course, are inaccurate.
Yeah.
Back to word use.
I answered the question truthfully.
I'm amazed.
Man. So you have never used the N-word.
Oh, my God.
It's just not a part of...
This country's finished.
He's an adult saying the N-word.
Yeah, what a fucking dripping, sanctimonious
country.
Phony.
And he, though, you can't even... He's every one of these motherfuckers. He's just one of every one of these fuckers.
The insanity over this.
It's
gives a
ridiculous.
fuck. You believe they were talking about a
the
word?
The only people that should have an opinion on any of this are the mixed race, not Sam types.
The mixed race.
The not Sams, we call them.
Wow.
Wow. The way he was talking, you would think he was questioning her about a murder. Or some kind of Bernie Madoff embezzlement thing.
But when he's not in front of the cameras, he knows better. That's what's frustrating to me.
Let me tell you something.
He doesn't.
That's even more evil.
I no shit. He doesn't think that way when the cameras are off.
When Matt Lauer's driving
he plays
home,
his stupid fucking part.
Matt Lauer's driving home. He goes through a toll booth. The fucking guy in front of him's got Easy Pass. The gate doesn't go up. Holy shit. Now he's waiting. Matt Lauer wants to get home. He's fucking waiting. And he sees a black guy that works for the fucking bridge and tunnel walking almost backwards. He's walking so slowly over to that fucking gate to grab his Easy Pass and put on that little thing to get the gate up. He's thinking that word. He thinks it. He don't say it. It might even be fleeting. But he's thinking it for a second. There are scenarios where everybody at some point thinks it. It's just because it's out there.
No,
you
but
can't
even if people,
it.
but I'm saying, but even if people don't think it, it's not even about. It's once again focusing on this word in any way.
Don't think it.
Right.
Don't think it. Watch you think it. Watch you think it in your head. It's in your head. Don't think it.
I know.
Don't
it's like a
think it,
purple
Carl.
gorilla.
Don't think it. Purple gorilla. Don't think it. And then all of a sudden you're thinking, these people are phony. They're phony. They want you to believe that Matt Lauer has never even imagined saying that horrible word. He's a liar. Stop
What
it.
a fraud, man.
People are saying that she said it more than once 30 years ago.
How many times? How many times is acceptable?
I don't know.
How many times
Someone
is it?
tweet said you're wrong. She said it more than one time 30 years ago.
I'm sure she did.
Look at
And
her
who cares?
deposition transcript.
I know one thing.
All right. So then she talks about how the youth are
I may have studied
saying the
on
word
it.
a lot.
I may have used the word a few times. I may have studied on it.
Let me ask you about this part of the deposition. You were asked whether using the N-word in telling a joke was hurtful, and you said, quote, I don't know, most jokes are about Jewish people, rednecks, black folks. I didn't make up the jokes. They usually target, though, a group. I can't myself
If you made a
determine
joke
what offends
using the
another person.
N-word, you might be a redneck. And you might work for the Jews.
Aren't most jokes hurtful if you really think about it?
Well, yeah.
It's hurtful to somebody.
One said the water's cold, the other said the water's deep. I believe one boy was from Arkansas.
What is he talking
All
about?
jokes are hurtful.
Right. That's what makes them
Matt's
funny.
talking about?
I told you
Only
what
black
Jack
jokes are
Simmons,
hurtful?
Jack Simmons once said.
Yeah.
When he was doing a joke about baby Jessica. It was a while ago.
Oh, wow.
I'm not young. And he goes, come on, folks. Whenever they moan, come on, folks. It's comedy. Somebody's got to get hurt.
That's true.
And that's the truth.
Yes.
It's comedy. And I don't like the fact you said it was Baby Jessica. It was really Baby Lindbergh.
That's hurtful.
Fucking home run, Jefferson.
Hey, thank God, baby Jessica, though, right? Came out
Thank
fine.
God. Did you,
Thank God.
Did you make fun of Baby Jessica ever in your life?
No, never.
No, you can't. You
I
can't make
submit
fun of
to
that
you,
scene.
Greg.
No.
You can't. You can't make fun of that.
Norton just switches off because he was like a young wannabe comedian hack that watched a few comedy specials and he told his friends he had a baby Jessica joke for his local dumb Monster Rain friends before he did comedy. I got that whole thing just now when he goes, "Did you ever make fun of baby Jessica?" You guys go, "No." He goes like this back to his phone.
No, I was just kidding because it was like the Paula Deen thing. I was scolding them.
Have you ever made fun of a baby in a pipe? No. Fucking Matt Lauer.
What offends another person? That last sentence gets me. I can't myself determine what offends another person.
That
Do you have
that
any
really
doubt
hits to
in your
my
mind
heart. That hurts my
that
heart, Matt.
He's
saying now
he's fucking insane.
that her answer that I don't have any I don't really know what offends another person.
That got him,
which is a
man.
reasonable answer.
Right.
He
Got him.
now sits there and goes, "How do you not know what
He goes, "That really gets me."
Yeah, that got him.
Got him. Hey, that was hardcore.
First of all, you're allowed to offend other people. It's amazing. You're
Well,
really
not-
allowed to
I
do
know,
it.
but
Not Matt.
used to be allowed to.
Not Matt Lauer.
Last sentence gets me. I can't myself determine what offends another person. Do you have any doubt in your mind that African Americans are offended by the N-word?
No.
Yes,
not
I
with
do
how much
doubt
they
it.
use it. It's nigga this,
Not
nigga
that-
that,
not
every
that you can't-
fucking day out
Says
there.
you can't listen to a song without it.
Right.
Right, that's what
I
confuses
guess
a lot of
that
people.
offensive.
Stop it. It's not this fucking word that you
Stop
say.
it.
And stop it. You say the word, it's like saying goose. It's like using the word hoa.
Word?
I don't know, Matt. I have asked myself that so many times because it's very distressing for me to go into my kitchens and I hear what these young people are calling each other.
I can't even use the
It's
Aunt Jemima syrup anymore.
I've never joined in on that language.
No.
Joined in. She got 8 young black dudes working there.
It's very distressing.
Yeah, no
Yo,
kidding.
pass the column to nickel. And Paul was like, that's just what I was going to say.
All right, Dan.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she's going to participate. Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
It really is a ludicrous country.
This is insanity. This is like
Well,
from,
this
the,
is-
from
it's-
The Onion.
Listen to the rest of this. It's amazing. It's an amazing
it's
clip here.
Orwellian.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Absolutely not. It's very distressing. It's very distressing for me because I think that for this problem to be worked on, that these young people...
You're right, though. The accent is hilarious. It really
are
it takes a lot of
to
these young people
take control,
especially
and
the colored ones,
like my
and not throw
my husband and the sheriff both tried to pursue that person.
And I'm sorry, but Emmett Tillis did win at a white woman.
You bust up a shift row, you bust it up and you leave.
You got to hear the last 10 seconds. It's
Let's hear
unbelievable.
what she's saying here.
These young people are gonna have to take control and start showing respect for each other, and not throwing that word at each other. That it makes my skin crawl.
How about the fact that Paula Deen, who's like this famous chef, owns all these restaurants, she walks in the kitchen and these brothers don't even flinch. They're just looking at each other. Pass the hot sauce, nigga. You're hogging it. Hey, how you doing, Miss Paula?
Hey, man. Yo, where I supposed to put this roast, nigga? You ain't make no room for my ass. And she's like,
I like that, but she didn't come off very good either. She came off like kind of like an ass.
But she had no.
She's like, I want to say no. She had
no reason that she should have to come off in any way whatsoever.
She sounded phony, but we saw it happen when she was honest.
She's trying a little too hard.
That's good. That's a good point.
She's trying a little too hard. She's a little desperate now.
You mean to tell me you don't know that African Americans do not they're offended by the word that is used in every song and every movie and every...
It's ridiculous.
Tweet at Matt Lauer if you know, M. Lauer and on Twitter.
Holla at Matt Lauer.
Yeah.
Holla.
You hear the story about the grandson?
What happened?
You told on that today?
Uh-oh.
How old
I
is
want to
he?
read you something that Columbia professor John McWhorter wrote for Time Magazine's
Columbia.
website. He is, by the way, African American. He wrote, "People of Dean's generation can neither change the past nor completely escape their roots in it, any more than the rest of us. They can apologize and mean it, as Dean seems to. They also deserve credit for owning up to past sins, as Dean did candidly, when she could have easily, shall we say, whitewashed them." Do you ever wish, Paula, that when you raised your right hand and swore to tell the truth in that deposition, that you'd fudged the truth? You wouldn't have been the first person who ever lied.
Hell yes, I do.
Given the fallout that you've seen over the last week, do you ever wish you'd fudged the truth?
Yeah.
No, because there's
The real
a
answer
couple
is
of
yes.
kinds of people that I don't like. That
Liars.
I am prejudiced
We
against
know
that.
one group.
And that's thieves and liars. And I'll tell you a conversation
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
that I had with my 7-year-old grandson the other day.
No.
He had spent the night with me, and I allowed him to stay up later than his bedtime.
Oh, boy.
I said,
And I said,
JW.
"Jack, honey, you got Guinea in trouble
Guinea.
with Mommy and Daddy when you told them that I had let you stay up late." And he was
It sounds like an
playing with my
emotional
iPad.
story. Anyway, Paula,
And
what
he
else you
put
got?
that iPad down, and he looked up at me and he said,
Said,
"Guinea,
fuck off, Grandma.
I don't tell lies."
Yes, he does.
He's 7 years old. Of course he does. He's probably playing with himself the minute you left the room.
Take that, stupid.
Yeah.
That interview yesterday is everything that's wrong right now.
Oh,
the
yeah.
phoniness of
the
what goes on.
phoniness.
Orwellian,
you're right. This is Orwellian.
It is Orwellian.
Let's get to the end of this because it's so ridiculous.
And
then we can move on. We got like 4 or 5 more amazing clips from this thing.
please.
Oh, you guys got some more hot topics. I'm serious.
We're
There's a
gonna
lot
move
of
on,
stuff going
Colin.
on.
We're rolling.
Was there
We're
a
gonna move on.
study that couples that... Oh, go ahead.
Don't tell lies. That's how I raised my children.
Sure.
That's how I was raised. And that's how my grandchildren are being raised.
Fine.
And I know, as well as I'm sitting here with you, I know how I treat people. I know my love for people. And
Cut the
I'm
cheap
not gonna
salesman
sit here and
sports.
tell everything
I want
that
information.
I've done.
Blue Star.
But people of color, I'm not going to do it. Somebody else can tell that.
All right. There you go.
Wow.
The whole country. It's like I feel like maybe I'm seeing it wrong. It's so overwhelmingly idiotic.
Sickening.
I can't believe it's happening.
It's easier to see it like everyone else.
Yes.
Because it's so enraging.
The dishonesty of it.
It's so easy just to go along with it. Say, fuck it. Jump in the fucking...
Why
River
is
and
there
just go
this
with
need?
it with everyone else.
Why is there this need to walk on eggshells when addressing any issue about black people when you're white? Why is it so difficult
It's the
and
legacy.
scary and you can't say this?
It's a legacy.
The second you criticize Obama on his policies, you have to preface it with this big, long fucking preamble about you're not racist.
It's a legacy.
Yeah?
Yes, and it's also...
Here's an arm, see?
Fucking Comia. Holy
You like
shit.
that shit?
Good luck topping that.
Here's a legacy of...
I mean, it's the legacy goes back to the beginning. You know, it's just, it all comes out of the whole slavery thing, out of the whole Jim Crow thing, and out of the whole, people still get to, a lot of people get to pay lip service to, like people that, let's say, that we interviewed her yesterday.
Yeah.
They get to feel like, okay, I'm on the side of the angels, but if you walked around their studio, I'm sure it's 95% white, just like the headquarters of any, I guarantee Paula Dean I guarantee, like I have any idea what I'm saying. But I bet right now, I'm not a bet man, I bet she has a high percentage of blacks working for her that NBC has working for them.
I bet you're right.
I'd like to look into that.
Wow. Yeah,
Sam,
investigation.
make one of the interns do it. Anyway, guys.
But that's how badly we're all kind of reeling from what the country did earlier. That's what it's like. If after slavery and then there was like all the 40 acres and whatever it was that was promised and not delivered, it's not just black people that are still fucked up. White people are still fucked up over it.
Right.
But no, that's why we're all walking around in a field bumping into each other, and black people go, I can't get my shit together, I'm a victim, and white people go, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault, it ain't my fault, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault. We are paying the price. And that's what I've been kind of thinking this white sickness is I forget that it's not just black people that got fucked up by that. Now there's this whole generation of white people that feels entitled and better than, but feels guilty that they feel better than. So they don't know how to do it. So they just overcompensate by being overly polite. And Bush's quote about the soft bigotry of lowered expectations is fucking brilliant. And that's where we are. So that white people are fucked up by it too.
Oh, man. So what do we do? How do we fix
generationally, it will fix itself.
It's just going to take time.
It'll fix itself.
It will eventually. It's going to take many years.
This should have happened 100 years ago.
Oh,
this
please.
process should have happened 100 years ago.
Maybe another 100 years, it'll be a little better. We got to go to Matt in Virginia. This will sum it up.
Oh.
He's laying in front of someone's door?
This guy's got a great idea for a TV show.
Okay.
Matt, go ahead.
Matt.
Yeah, Chris Hansen's new Catch a Racist. So,
instead of Catch a Predator, we should get a show.
Hilarious.
Catch a Racist.
Great.
Hi.
Right.
Come on in. I have some sweet tea over here. We'll talk about the Negroes.
Come on in, I have a mint julep over here.
Yeah. So, I see you're here to talk race? Yeah. Some of your transcripts. Did you hear the one about the colored boy?
God, that's fucking brilliant. I wish I had an idea.
That would be a wonderful show.
Sit down.
Who can we pitch it to?
Yeah.
I think
CC?
SNL will do it.
Catch a Racist.
Let's go to CC with this idea.
We are so fucking fixated on this issue where you can't. White people really aren't allowed to talk about it unless you're begging for forgiveness
or scolding another white person.
Or scolding another white person about it. Do you know you would never see Matt Lauer speaking out against blacks on their side of it, where this disproportionate number of criminals and the what seemingly has a complete lack of embarrassment in the community. I think embarrassment is a great tool to keep people in check, like just a communal embarrassment. Whereas something happens, when you have Chicago and there's 17 shootings, 5 deaths in one fucking day on a Saturday night, there should be this communal embarrassment. Yes, there should be a communal embarrassment of the community. Yeah,
I can't deliver a kid to my own goddamn neighborhood.
75% illegitimacy. There should be embarrassment there. There should be embarrassment. Fucking father's just leaving.
Well, there should be, these things should all be being discussed at the very least. Every day.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll never see Matt Lauer. You'll see Matt Lauer bitching at a white woman for saying nigga 30 years ago.
Scapegoat, yeah.
But why won't he say, there is quite an amount of violent crime in the black community? Yeah. He'll never say that.
Here's what it's like. It's like when your girlfriend says, did you cheat on me? And you've cheated on her. It's really hard to look her in the eye and go, no. Like, they're afraid that if they look something, like they address it head on, their own fucking sickening thoughts or their own closet paternalism is going to come out. It's all a way to deflect attention from their own feelings of superiority. It's fucking embarrassing.
I don't think it all is, but I think it's a good part of it. You're right. There's a lot of psychological, there's a lot of Jungian shit going on here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
On everybody's part.
Not mine.
Black and white. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we know where you stood when the example you used, you cheating dog.
That's not true.
Yeah,
by the way,
nice
if you people
choice
could
of
have seen, if you ever want to see a throwback to the horrible times when they actually had those those like Al Jolson type,
yes.
Jim's expression when he was saying how not me cheating on his girlfriend was truly Amos and Andy would have been embarrassed by the overacting in that.
All right, fair enough.
His eyeballs were popping out of his head.
It was Garfieldish.
We have to break. We got guests backing up.
What?
Yeah, we got.
Who do we have today?
We got Bert Marcus next.
But we have Carl.
We have two girls after that.
And then we got some Penthouse girls coming in.
Well, yeah, I'm not leaving. I want to see the Penthouse girls.
You got it.
You're here for the fucking duration. Colin Quinn's doing the one-man show, Unconstitutional. I've seen it. Jimmy's seen it. It's amazing. I love this one-man show.
It made me sick to say, but it really was. Like, this is how good it is. All the comics, even when Colin's not around, are saying, like, oh, it was fucking really good. Like, it's weird when
you guys are mad it's so good.
Nah, but it's a weird.
Don't you want Kyle to succeed, though?
You of course you do, but we all tease each other and go, it stinks. Keith, of course. But even Keith,
we like to rib each other.
That son of a bitch is at another level. Like, that's the way people talk.
It's great.
It really is one of the fucking greatest pieces of stand-up I've ever
seen. It's perfect for our time, right, Kyle? Perfect for our time.
It talks about actually a lot of this racial stuff too. At least.
Yeah, but from a very guilty white point of view.
It's a wonderful show. I think the tickets are going to go really fast, so I hope our listeners start getting their tickets.
Yeah.
It's at the Cherry Lane Theater, July 4th through the 23rd. Get your tickets now by Googling Colin Quinn Unconstitutional. See, I was listening. I was paying attention.
Yeah, thanks.
That's the way to sell tickets, right?
Yeah.
All right. Got Colin Quinn in studio. Colin Quinn is doing Unconstitutional. Come on, let's get our tickets, people.
Yeah.
Google Colin Quinn and Unconstitutional. It's going to be at the Cherry Lane Theater here in New York City, July 4th through the 23rd. All right, we got that going on. Yep.
Why is E-Rock wearing a casual shirt today?
Hi, Bert.
Are you in on the whole shirt thing with E-Rock?
Yeah.
Hi,
Bert.
Hey. What's up, Bert?
What's up, buddy?
How are you, man?
I'm amazing. How are you guys?
Good. We're amazing, too, Bert Marcus. How to make money selling drugs.
Whoa.
There's a buzz on this fucking documentary. Big time buzz.
I've heard about it.
You haven't heard about it?
Yeah.
You haven't or heard? Or
I have heard about it, yeah.
See? Colin Quinn even knows about it, Bert Marcus.
Online or something. I don't remember.
It's a story about you, yeah?
Well, you tell me if this guy would sell drugs.
This night.
19.
Very adorable.
We're going back a little bit.
A little bit of a,
Colin Quinn's been bragging.
You exfoliate. You look the same.
I moved product.
He's bragging, showing that old picture of himself to everybody today.
I think it's an awful photo.
Oh.
Well, you're only one man.
What kind of drugs were you doing back then, Kyle?
Mescaline, speed, pot, just about mostly that stuff. Once in a while, a little acid, but that was basically
a little acid.
It was a big mescaline period. Quaaludes were big, 2-and-alls. 697s, Crossroads. I could go on.
Yeah, I could go on. And you tapped out at 24, right?
Yeah, I did.
It's been a while. So,
Did you ever sell?
Yeah.
No, I meant Bert.
Oh, yeah, with a name like Bert, I need all the help I can get. But no, I was never got into the selling thing. A lot of friends, obviously, a lot of people I was around.
So the documentary is about how to make money selling drugs. Do you interview drug dealers, or what exactly is it about?
We try to interview people from all sides and all perspectives of the war on drugs, and I think that's what makes this documentary different. It's set up like a video game. And so for all the gamers out there, and especially for that new generation that's kind of seen the same rhetoric and facts thrown down your throat for the last, some odd years, this is kind of a very interactive thing for that younger generation to get in and see how they can get involved and hopefully end one of the biggest public policy failures, in our recent history.
We're not going to end the drug thing.
Well, we can only
we can try.
We can only get the awareness out there, and with awareness is the only way we can kind of instigate the action. So hopefully we did it in a fun way, and everybody's involved in different ways. So it was a blast to make, but very, very eye opening.
You get some really good people in this. I mean, Woody Harrelson, Susan Sarandon, Eminem, 50 Cent, Russell Simmons, David Simon, Ariana Huffington. How did you get all these people for this?
Obviously the topic alone, people are super reluctant. They don't want to be associated with drugs. And what's cool about this was each of these people, once they kind of saw the direction we were going in and seeing a new perspective as opposed to the same stuff, like I said. And most documentaries are made for people who like documentaries or art house flicks. And, our goal was to really make this for people who don't typically see those films.
Right.
And, all these guys had their own experiences. 50 was a dealer since he was 8 years old. He got through in it through his mom, actually. Eminem obviously dealt with from the addiction side, so it's been fun.
Yeah, we've had 50 Cent on the show talking about it. He's an amazing man. He's a businessman now.
Business.
Like a real businessman.
Business.
Yeah.
But back in the day, man, he was...
Well, let's not act like he's Henry Ford. Running the streets of St. Albans, age 11.
Fucking Carl.
He's the most profitable hip-hop.
Thank God Carl's here today. Huh?
He's actually the most profitable hip-hop guy alive right now. Not through hip-hop, but
because of that damn
vitamin
water.
Yeah, vitamin water.
You saw that water thing coming.
I should have got in on that one.
No kidding.
Somebody would tell me that. I was like, get out of here. Nobody's going to drink that.
Did he really make $100 million from that, or is that just,
he has never said how much.
Probably more.
Rumor was
That's how
more.
much you know.
That was $100 million.
He laughs and kind of sort of, it's a shitload. A shitload. From water. God, why didn't we think of that?
Because we didn't. We were too busy making dick jokes here on the radio.
Should have dick water.
Always blew off the financial part of the paper.
What about the other stuff? What about that goat skunk? Remember Lil Wayne had that water? I don't think that did as well.
That didn't do as well, no.
Did Lil Wayne have water?
Sex. Yeah, it was called like goat, skunk, weed, sex, water. Nobody bought it.
Why would you buy that?
Yeah, maybe
worst name
the
ever.
marketing wasn't as good.
Oh my God,
he was kind of jacked, so people were like, oh, maybe I'll be healthy like him.
I should have hired you.
Yeah.
You got to interview drug dealers in prison?
We interviewed guys both in prison and people. The people that were in prison actually didn't make the cut, but the people, most of the drug dealers we had were, big, everybody from the street dealers to, guys who are running and making $200 million in the year.
Wow. Who did you get to talk? Because it says here you got Rick Ross, like Freeway Rick Ross, not the rapper, which I had to ask in the break who he was. He's like a legendary guy who's Yeah,
he's notorious for, he basically is coined with the guy that, created crack and brought crack to America. Yeah. So he, he served many years in jail, and we got him actually.
You got in on the crack thing before it was crack? Fuck! What are we doing wrong,
We
Carl?
missed that and vitamin water. Fuck.
We could have got in on the crack thing before it was called crack.
The CIA pipeline. Rick Ross.
How much time did he do?
I think he had a 25 year sentence, but he served 5 years.
Why only 5 out of the 25?
He served 5. I mean, the way that it works now with having guys as informants and setting people up, I mean, it's a very complicated web.
But he wasn't an informant.
He wasn't. He was actually set up, but he got out through a very. It's revealed in the film, but it's a very interesting. His situation's actually very interesting because he's coined as the guy that brought crack, but in his local neighborhood, he's like a local Robin Hood. He was handing out money to all the people that needed it,
like Escobar was doing in Colombia.
I think if you're the guy that brings crack to America, maybe you should stay in jail a little longer than 5 years. Don't you think?
It's interesting.
I mean, wow. That says something about the prison system, I think.
The prison system's a whole nother, a whole nother beast. One of the fastest growing businesses in the country right now.
God bless, right?
We're locking everybody up.
That's what I say. Throw them all in the slam. That's what I call it, the slam.
It's scary.
Up the river.
What is Rick Ross doing now that he's out?
He's actually doing a lot of public speaking and talking to young people and explaining how he got into it and how how our system
now
works.
that he made his money, he's going to tell everyone not to do it, right?
He lost all his money.
Oh, he ended up losing his empire?
Yeah. So
his crack empire?
Yeah, the funny thing is he was really involved with like the building churches and schools and hospitals. I mean, there was a lot of good actually behind him as well. It's, obviously.
So he took his crack money and he was building churches and schools and hospitals?
He definitely was supporting them in his local community.
All right, give him back to the community. That's not too bad.
That's what Pablo Escobar did in Colombia. That's why they loved him so much. Yeah, he would build all kinds of things for the community. And the guy El Chapo, I think his name is, the guy that runs the Mexican Sinaloa cartel. Same thing. I mean, the people protect him because he puts so much money. So many people feel indebted to him that they don't look at him like he's this awful guy. They don't care what product he's pushing. Yeah, they look at him like he's putting money here and. We'll look out for
making things better for some people.
Yeah, it's charitable.
Huh. Yeah, I mean that's the smart thing those guys do. Drug dealers, it's
the smart move.
It is yes. El Chapo was always smarter, but that's the thing you do is if you take care of the people in the area, they kind of look out for you and protect you. It seems.
Yeah, until we fix the broken system, to be honest, that's the whole point. Is that people like this can how they get involved in it and why they get involved in it and
why do they get involved in it?
You have a black market right now that's making this stuff beyond profitable for people. And so when people can get their hands on it and they have no opportunity and no education and no way out and being able to kind of make something of themselves, this gives a lot of people purpose and gives people, something to do. And it's, especially in their local communities, they're like local celebrities. And,
like then Colin.
Yes, except they do less damage to the community.
Colin's just going to sip his Diet Coke and tell you go fuck yourself. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Oh, he's going to come back strong.
No, I'm not. No. Nobody comes back strong when everybody goes, oh, yeah, here we go.
I'm not saying
say something then.
I'm not saying right now.
I'll get you guys back.
It will happen. That's all I'm saying.
Pressure's on.
So when I was growing up, we used to deal drugs, but it was different. It was like everybody dealt to each other. So nobody ever made money.
Like Pooh would deal to you.
Well, let's leave his name out of it. But I'm saying, what we would deal, it was called keeping your head. Oh. So you had to have enough drugs for your head. So everybody dealt,
of course.
But nobody made that much money.
You just wanted to have fucking weed.
You just wanted to have your own weed so you'd all sell to each other.
So the profit, there's no profit except for the fact that you had some weed.
Weed dealing, drug dealing thing.
Yeah.
We interviewed Frank Lucas, and I would love to get Nicky Barnes. I would love to interview. I think he's out of jail, isn't he?
I think so.
Did you get him for the film or no?
We didn't. I think he might have been in jail at the time.
Because he did that center spread for the New York Times,
right?
And fucking Jimmy Carter saw it. Well, no, this guy's got to go.
Whoa.
Because they were going to use his mugshot, and they told his lawyer, if he doesn't do a photo shoot, we're going to run the story with his mugshot. And they should have just let him use the mugshot, but I guess Nicky Barnes didn't want his mugshot in the New York Times Sunday edition.
Bragging.
Yeah, but that's bad when the president looks at your picture and goes, this guy has to be pulled off the streets. Wow. Who else did you get besides Freeway Rick Ross to talk to you?
We got one of the biggest international drug smugglers by the name of Brian O'Day, who's fascinating. He smuggled, I believe he made over $250 million.
Wow.
He served over 10 years, and he's in the film, was really, really candid on kind of how he got involved in it and how this was like his only way to, make money at the time. He was broke and kind of turned to it in a kind of an innocent way, and it blew up for him as a business guy. That's the thing, is these guys, a lot of the guys are not your typical, it's not a black and white kind of thing. It's like a lot of the guys are not who you would expect a lot of times.
Right.
And obviously, you definitely have the guys that are, but
what makes a guy go viral? Because you got a lot of these guys dealing, and then every once in a while you get one that goes viral and makes the $250 million.
Right.
He's got the brains, man. He's got the brains. He had a really amazing kind of system set up and people working for him, and how he got things in the way that they would smuggle it in through ponchos and soaking it into clothing and you name it.
It is amazing. Like, there's a great book called The Man Who Made It Snow about a guy named Max Mermelstein who was married to somebody fairly high up in the Medellin cartel. Like, he was one of the only Americans to get access to Escobar. And who were the brothers? The Ocha brothers? The guys that kind of...
The Diaz brothers.
Slam the keys down. But yeah, that was really interesting on how they started flying the drugs in and how they came up with dropping the packages in the ocean and how he thought he was going to be killed when they lost a big shipment because the packages fucking burst when they hit the water and they had to go to Colombia. And explain why fucking millions of dollars worth of merchandise was floating in the Atlantic Ocean.
Imagine his face when it exploded.
His opening line to the Ocho Brothers. Funny story.
The title.
Got to take pictures of that shit to prove that it broke too.
Well, he said it was basically they wanted to know what it was, and he had to say, "Is this they like? Did he steal from us, or is this the cost of doing business?" And they came to the conclusion. That
Could you do the accents next time you do those characters?
Yeah, I just.
From us, or is this the cost of doing business?
Yeah, well, they were just older Jewish men. Is this the cost of doing business?
Yeah, I mean, if the laws weren't the way they were, the way that they are, and they weren't set up the way that they are right now, people wouldn't have the incentive to getting into this industry and the drug trade the way that it is right now. And I think that's the biggest thing is us as people just really looking at where we are as a country and taking our rights back. I mean, this is something that I think a lot of people are just like, it's a failed war, and we all know this, but I mean, we spent $1 trillion. Imagine if we spent that trillion on productive solutions or things that actually helped people or anything else.
Do you think they should just legalize it? But what about, do you think it's affecting, I always want to know, do you think it's affecting these cartels right now, all the legal pot?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's costing them a lot of money, right?
Absolutely. I mean, what happens is these cartels are making more and more money the more, the harsher our drug laws are. I mean, that's just
And do you
fact.
think all the legal pot, they probably hate that?
Absolutely. They can't stand it. But I don't think it's just, a black and white thing, like just legalize everything and people walking around. I mean, otherwise,
Everyone's a junkie.
I think that, in all honesty, though, there's a lot of things out there that people do out of desperation and out of necessity. And I think that, if we look at things and don't judge them so harshly as a black or white issue and start, saying what we can do and taking things on an individual basis, I think we'd be a lot better off.
I'm annoyed I didn't see this because I've heard about it and there is I hate to say there's a buzz about it, but I mean, people are talking about it. And
absolutely.
It premieres. It opens when, and Mike Tyson is the exec producer on it?
No, that's a different film I'm doing.
Oh, okay. That's
boy.
Champs.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about Mike Tyson. You guys really are good friends?
Yeah, Mike's a good buddy.
We've had him on, and
I love Mike.
He's become a regular. We love the guy.
Mike's the man.
Now that he's opening up and just not that serious Mike Tyson that we saw for most of those years, he's great. He's a lot of fun to hang out with.
He's a character.
You were a groomsman at his wedding?
I was in the wedding. We had an amazing. He had a kind of a secret wedding. He had a birthday party. He and his wife. Actually, Mike's birthday is this Sunday. And he and his wife's birthday is about a week ago. And at the time, they'd been together 3 years. I think they were actually legally married, but never had a formal ceremony. Right. So they were doing a joint birthday and surprised all the guests and made this it was a very small, intimate wedding, but it was awesome. And Mike's hilarious. And as you know, really witty, quick,
really quick.
I mean, he's very silly. That was my favorite part of his show. Is this to see him behaving silly is fun to watch.
Yeah, the one man show I'm sure you've seen, and now HBO picked it up.
Which is special,
which is great because it was amazing.
Yeah, he's been through everything. I mean, that's the thing about Mike is he's legitimately been through everything. It's the good, bad, the ugly. He's there, and I think now he's kind of had a moment to take a step out and reflect, and I think that's what makes that.
And you're a big boxing fan. You made Champs, which is a look at celebrities that love boxing.
It's not even a boxing film, and it's not even made for celebrity or boxing junkies. It's really about the mindset and heart of a champion, and it's about for anybody that is out there that has been through anything that. Insurmountable obstacles and feels like, they've had the toughest time or a bad shake on stuff. It's the type of film where, hopefully we're trying to make it like the Rocky documentaries where you really are, it's a lot bigger. Boxing is kind of used as the vehicle.
Okay. Well, it's called Champs.
Yeah, it's almost like a small independent film cast. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mark Wahlberg, De Niro, Denzel Washington, Ron Howard, Jeremy Piven, Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and Bernard Hopkins.
But those are well-known people, Jimmy.
No, I was just kidding. I was giving the opposite. No, literal Anthony. It's a
fucking. See what we did there?
We had Sugar Ray Leonard on too. We almost got him crying.
He almost cried.
I think we backed off at the last second. We didn't want to be here as he's crying. I think.
I wanted that.
I think we all felt kind of awkward.
We were talking about his abuse, and He had been. You read his book. He talked about being abused a little bit, and he kind of.
He shares it in our film. Yeah.
Oh, he does. Oh, he does. Okay, but
does he cry for your film?
You know, he's a great public speaker. I mean, he's known as that's what he does. That's what he does. But
we loved him.
Yeah, he's an inspiring, amazing.
He was
guy.
terrific.
Well, we were talking to him, and he was talking about that, and he looked like he was ready to cry. So it was a nice pause and a pregnant pause and kind of a nice moment. But there are some people who are uncomfortable with emotion and just kind of went, it's okay, right? It's okay, right? Some people.
I don't like when people kind of get that emotional shit going.
He was good, though.
I got to cut that right off. Nip in the bud.
I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah, I probably was like,
tits. Bring in the tits, please. Let's change the subject.
Assy tits.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking monster.
That was the best.
What happened?
I'm just showing him my favorite Golovkin.
Oh.
He's a killer.
Was he a boxer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
In Kazakhstan, is that where he's from?
Yeah.
Well, tell us more about him.
Deadly.
Is he a heavyweight, lightweight? What's his record?
No, I was just having a moment with Bert trying to
I know,
show
but
him,
it was-
hey, I got the inside dope on the box.
It was a nice one, but you talked it into a microphone, and we have ears, so I would like to know more about this guy.
No.
All right.
Maybe Bert can tell you about him.
Bert,
What's
comment?
Cool? He's an amazing guy and loves long walks on the beach. Actually, now, the guys in our film, what's interesting is it's not, a lot of guys look at boxing and it's kind of, it's a dying sport, and I think a lot of people have an appreciation of where it's from and what it stood for back in the day, and then obviously it's been corrupted a lot over the years. And this film's really, the things that these guys have gone through in life and how we all do is really what struck with me, because to be honest, I wasn't the biggest boxing fan before I started this project. I like boxing. I'm a sports fanatic, but really it was about these guys' stories were so relatable to anybody from anywhere in life, which was beyond fascinating. I mean, even someone like Mary J. Blige, who's in the film, she, Mary, I know, outside socially, and she was just like, wow, like, what project are you working on? Once we talked about it, she got really into it and was like, you know what, I resonate with fighters and the things I've been through. I don't know if you guys know her story, but just from the drug abuse, and was homeless at one point and was abused as a child. And she really related to these fighters at a young age, even though she's not a huge boxing person.
She was homeless before she became famous?
She was,
wow.
Yeah, at one point in her life. So it's a perfect example of someone who's just like been through the ringer and looks at someone like Mike and these guys is very, very relatable. And it's kind of, as an audience member, you're like, wow, I'm not that different than these guys. There's something for everybody.
You got famous friends, man.
With a name like Bert, you need all the help you can get.
For real, you got famous friends. The drug movie is the first one that we all got to check out, and then we're going to check out Champs, later on this year, I think.
Yeah.
Make Money Selling Drugs opens Wednesday the 26th. It's showing at the IFC Center here in New York, and then it expands out to LA, Seattle, Portland, and Atlanta on Friday. And you can also, if you don't live in these areas and you don't want to fucking get on a plane to watch a film, you can get it on demand. This is the beauty of the internet. It is available on demand Friday.
I like that on demand thing for
it's amazing.
Movies.
It's fucking amazing.
It's about time.
Yeah. It's on demand right now, actually.
No, I know. They used
they
used to only put the shitty movies on demand before, but now it's like the legit films are finally putting up there for us to watch at home. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was on demand.
It's available on demand.
It's how you can actually reach the masses. Finally, it's the archaic old studio systems is gone.
They would only do it with the shitty films.
Yeah, go to iTunes.
They're not doing that anymore.
It's on iTunes.
I'm sorry, but it opened yesterday. Why wouldn't it say opened yesterday? It says opens Wednesday the 26th.
Someone's fired.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's on demand Friday now. iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and what is Vudu?
It's similar to those. Vudu's great. Got different kind of on-demand films, new, great movies.
I had no idea this was available. I would have watched it because Roland's like, you gotta see it, you gotta see it. And I'm like, where?
Yes, well, it's available on TV.
Yeah,
and
maybe he told me, I just didn't understand it. Did you try talking to Roland? It's a fucking abomination.
Oh my God. It's easier listening.
He's going to give me a cronut.
Yes.
Oh, he's still talking about those hunks of shit?
Said if I give him $120, he'll give me a cronut.
Yeah,
he's obsessed with the cronuts.
He's dealing cronuts.
He is. He's a cronut dealer.
So he is.
Oh. Have you one?
Because the cronut guy is stupid. He doesn't understand how to run a business. He only makes, I think, 32 a day.
Yeah.
There's a huge demand, and he refuses to make more.
I feel like it's a sham.
Yeah, he assumes cronuts are going to be really hot a year from now. Fuck.
I feel like all these guys in line are hired by him. I don't know. I feel like this is a
they line up at 5:30 in the morning.
Maybe
for
we need
cronut.
a new cronut connection.
Why wouldn't you make just a shitload?
Got some Columbia cronuts.
I understand the supply and demand thing to a point, but Jesus,
capitalize your shit.
Yeah,
I hate that guy. I hate him.
Yeah, we hate him.
I hope cronuts cause leukemia and it comes out and he's ruined. He's a prick.
He's making us beg for cronuts, and then we did beg. We were stupid enough to beg, and we're still not getting our cronuts.
How are they?
We don't know.
I heard
to this day we don't know.
I want to buy. My goal is to buy 2 and then take them out in front of everybody online and just step on them on the ground. It's not a very big goal at age 44, but it's something I want to do.
Let's film that.
That would be nice. The destruction of the cronuts, like a 2-minute documentary.
It's like when he did the Rich Voss's CD when he came out.
I bought Voss's first CD.
He bought the first CD in front of all of us. He goes, "How much?" And Voss goes, "I'll give her one." He goes, "No, I want to pay for it." And he paid for it and just dropped it and smashed it. We all had a lovely laugh.
It was one of my greater moments, and it's the most happiness that CD brought anybody fucking since.
I think I have my next documentary.
Just breaking shit and paying for it and then breaking it. It just feels good. So, how to make money selling drugs, and it's not really how to make money selling drugs, right? It's kind of an anti-drug thing.
To be honest, it really is a how-to guide. We set it up, like I said, a video game, a how-to from the corner street dealer to running a drug cartel, and it's literally shows you from every angle, from every side, people's different point of views, and also how it's imminently fundable. Like it's endless. The money is everything, and that's kind of what this is, as opposed to just following one story,
right,
or one specific
laundering.
Any of it. It's really just following the money.
Kind of like The Wire.
I was just gonna.
It's a lot like The Wire. If you like The Wire, if you like Breaking Bad, it's really for
this movie's for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Those are definitely inspirations for us.
What level do you have to start chopping people's heads off? Like what level? Do you in order to be one of those giant cartel guys, you gotta get your hands dirty there. You gotta start lopping heads off.
It's brutal, man. I mean, like in Mexico, I think over the last 6 years, 50,000 people have.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's a great question. Where's the crossover from? You're just dealing a little coke to you're dumping a body in these rivers.
Like, I gotta start chopping heads off. I can't believe I'm up to this point.
Where is that? Where is that fucking line?
I'm leveling up.
Does anyone know? Where's that line? Where next thing you know, you're like, what the fuck? I have to hack a body apart tonight?
But even in that world, the Mexicans are crazy. Like, drug dealers shoot each other, but American drug dealers don't saw heads off.
Yeah, and leave them in resorts.
That's fucking frightening, man.
Heads off is almost like hack at this point. They skin their head, they put on soccer balls and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I saw all kinds of evil shit. It's like a black comedy type thing now.
The worst video I've ever seen was a guy hanging upside down naked, and there was like 6 guys in fucking paramilitary gear standing around him with face masks on, and the guy is struggling like a fish on a line, and they cut his cock off, and then he just kind of goes like, it's a horrible, and it didn't even bleed that much, which was bizarre, and then they slowly saw his head into a fucking bucket upside down. They saw his head off.
And you watched the whole thing.
And you know what the sad thing is? Man. I don't believe that's the worst video you've ever seen.
Yeah,
or been in, actually.
But yeah, it's the worst one he's ever jerked off to.
You know that.
He's about to eat sushi.
Jimmy can watch this stuff.
But it's unsettling and it's terrible. But you know what? It's
How can you watch it though?
I was talking to somebody who wants to go to Mexico.
It's a cautionary tale.
And I'm like, don't go.
Why? Mexico's all right. And you can go to certain parts. It's a giant country.
Exactly.
It's like saying don't come to the United States because Detroit.
But it's different because they can't. No, it's much different because the
I was in Mexico last year.
Exactly.
Like a homecoming king.
The drug dealers, they don't care about the cops. It's not like being here because they don't behead police officers here and throw them in the fucking town square.
Now who's being naive?
Yeah, I mean they run everything there though. That's the truth. I mean the cops don't have half the weapons they have. They don't have half the power.
Right.
I mean the cops are completely outmanned.
And the Zetas are all cops. They're ex-cops.
Absolutely. And if their guys are in jail, guess what? They take a bunch of guns, military guys.
Get them out of there.
Bring a tank, literally, and walk them in and walk them out. And we have a video of that in the film.
Wow. And that guy Juarez fucking killed all those people in the rehab. He fucking broke into a rehab and murdered everybody trying to get clean from drugs in the rehab.
Why?
Because he's a piece of shit.
Because it was bad for business.
Yeah.
Is that El Gaucho? Who the hell are you talking about?
El Gaucho. El
Chapo?
El Chapo.
No, you silly goes. El Chapo.
Charlie Chapo was
what the fuck? Whatever. Fucking double beheadings, Comia. They don't know. No, they don't know where El Chapo is. He's in the mountains somewhere. They'll probably never find him.
By the way, we have a new app that we're launching today. We haven't actually even announced it, but I'll announce it here. We have it's called Tug of War, and literally anybody who likes the movie or is passionate about this subject or just wants to know how to get involved and actually, because a lot of times you watch a film like this, you're like, great. Right. Now, what the fuck do we do? It's been 40 years and there's just a documentary. We don't want it to end there. The whole idea is to open up that conversation, not be scared to talk about things like this. And you can get involved in organizations that are going to hopefully get to the government, and we need to force that change as opposed to just waiting on politicians to make changes, because that's just not not in the cards.
That'll never happen.
Well, you can see it now on demand, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, or on Vudu. And if you happen to be here in New York, it's at the IFC Center in New York City, playing now. It then expands to LA, Seattle, Portland, and Atlanta, if you'd rather see it in a theater, on Friday.
Yeah, in New York, we're doing a Q&A too. Me and the other producer on it, Adrian Grenier from Entourage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we'll be doing a Q&A after the film tonight. So definitely come out and
where is IFC?
Say what's up.
Yeah, where is IFC?
In Greenwich.
Okay,
let's go.
In Greenwich.
I heard crickets, guys. This is not a good sign.
Let's go. Jimmy just looked
it's
at
on. I think it's 6th, and it's 323.
He messed me up because he said in Greenwich. I'm thinking.
No, 323 Greenwich.
Oh, okay, because he said in Greenwich.
On Greenwich.
I
meant on.
Thoroughly. So you're trying to figure out how to drive to Greenwich, Connecticut.
I didn't know what he was talking about.
All right, at least he knows what happened.
Yeah, it's right on 6th Avenue. It's cool.
Okay, it is.
We made it look like we had no desire to see your movie.
Yeah, 10 minutes from here.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm Biscayne.
I'm going to see
Don't get off Biscayne.
Bert Marcus, thank you so much. How to make money selling drugs. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
A website or a Twitter?
Yeah, check out the website is on TribecaFilm.com, and you can look us up on Facebook too. And definitely check out the new app, Tug of War.
And come back when you're promoting Champs later this year.
Yeah, I'll bring Mike.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we love Mike. He comes in. He's very fun.
He's great. All right, cool. We got to take a quick break, and then we got Tits next. So
thanks, fellas.
We go from you to Tits. So, and Colin Quinn is here, and it's great. Stay there. Colin Quinn. Colin Quinn is a big star. Are we on? Yeah. As much as we make fun of Colin Quinn, he's a big star for real.
A big star,
as we all know. And he's got this new one-man show, Unconstitutional. It's going to be at the Cherry Lane Theater, July 4th through the 23rd. Oh yeah. It's an amazing one-man show. We all have seen it and we love it. And he's got a lot of press to do tomorrow for Unconstitutional. He's trying to rearrange his entire fucking schedule because Marion and Lady Di are making their big return to the show tomorrow.
You gotta come.
I've gotta come.
No, he knows that. We just discussed that for like 10 minutes, and he's trying to figure out his schedule. He's like,
hilarious.
He might cancel some really important interviews just to be here tomorrow.
The day I fell in love with this show and you guys was the day when the Video Music Awards was the most prestigious event, and you guys
right before
took
9/11 for people.
Yes.
Okay, it was
and
right
you guys
before
took
9/11.
them as your dates.
Yes.
To the Video Music Awards, an event that people were clamoring to bring in the hottest, and you guys brought those. I said, "This is the funniest thing
we were
ever."
We were in the middle of contract negotiations, and of course, the radio company also owned the VMAs, MTV, and to really make us feel special, they gave us our own section on the red carpet. Everyone else, like really big name fucking outlets, they were all squeezed in this other area, but they're like, "Give Opie and Anthony some space. We want to show them we really do appreciate them." And it was me, Anthony, a producer, and these two. Plenty of arm room as everyone else was squished together.
Horrendous.
And all the celebrities, and we were in the best spot too. They went through the corral, and then we were the last stop before they went inside. It was like prime real estate. And they assumed we were going to take it seriously and have these legit interviews with everybody. And instead we said no. Me and Ant did the radio broadcast behind them as they were asking all the questions.
Those pigs cost me a Mick Jagger photo.
I was just telling Kyle, he was the only one that was smart enough to know what the fuck was going on and would not fall for our trap. He started walking over to us. He saw Lady Di Marion, and he fucking bolted.
Because he shook my hand. I said, "Hey, man." He goes, "Hey." And then they're like, "I'm Mick, hey, Mick Jagger." And he walked away, and I wanted to cut their heads off.
Do you understand? Those two, their looks. He hasn't had to look at girls like that since he was 15. Since the first Stones, just the first concert they did.
And we were going back over it. It was a whole thing leading up to the VMAs where they got their hair done. Like Marion was bragging how she got her hair done for the big event, and you couldn't even tell she got her hair done. And then they were talking about the dresses they bought from like Kmart or something. You couldn't even tell they were new dresses.
Lady Di and Marion to the MTV Awards.
The greatest thing ever.
I remember the bosses fucking hated us for it. They just didn't understand the humor in the whole thing.
They were the worst.
They were so mad at us.
That was.
They went from like trying to take care of us to so mad that we would do that.
That was one of the best things ever.
How dare! Well, but they're coming back tomorrow, and with that, Colin is rearranging his whole schedule.
I know I do.
I haven't seen Lady Di in years.
We're gonna try to get them in by 7:30 tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll do the first hour like we do, and then move into them. Huh?
Yeah, it's historical.
And you were the one that put them over the top.
It's a historical event. Because
you not that you obsessed about, but you really you hammered it home how great that was to us. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe we do have something here.
It was so brutal that it was great. It was the epitome of brutality of real life, just like, ugh.
Yeah. We got Rachel Jantel back on the stand in the George Zimmerman.
What's he saying
about Martin case? And I think people owe me an apology, right?
She's admitting that she can't read, and at least cursive writing. She's saying, they asked her, can you read typewritten words? And she kind of looked around. She went like,
she can't read. And
I don't think she can read.
I tweeted that last night.
Grade education here in the United States. Yeah, just pass her right along.
My tweet was an observation. My tweet was an observation, and I got a lot of shit for it. I said I would like to know what she's thinking about on that stand as she makes believe she can read. It was so obvious to me she couldn't read what was in front of her.
Yeah,
and now she's admitting it. Why don't we just pot it up for a minute?
Yeah, pot that up.
Of the case, if you will.
There we go.
Yes. Right? And those facts included you saying that Mr. Zimmerman said, "What you doing around here?"
She's gonna lose her mind today.
She looks pretty.
You do acknowledge, though, the first time that you were asked that question in your interview with Mr. Crump later that day, your response was that Mr. Zimmerman said, "What are you talking about?"
Yes.
Now, the saddest was the poor father yesterday. Trayvon Martin's father just shaking his head like, no.
He fucking planted his head right in his hands.
Yeah. He knows.
And that was it.
He knows this isn't working out well.
Coming through here. Once a witness starts cross-examination, once they start cross-examining a witness, the state cannot prep them anymore.
Oh, okay.
If they do, what they discussed is fair game for the defense. So she's on her own again.
Look at that. Look what the news is saying, CNN. She says she heard Zimmerman say, "What are you doing around here?" But they're not saying the correction that she originally said. He said something else.
Yeah.
Right. They are fucking lying.
Yeah, her deposition and what she's saying now really conflict with each other.
We got Bill Burr calling from Hollywood. Hello, Mr. Burr.
Hello.
Hey, Bill.
We got Colin Quinn in today, and we're discussing Rachel Jantel, who's on the witness stand.
Star witness.
Star witness that everyone
for the state in the
really enjoyed yesterday.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
All right. I haven't been keeping up on this.
I wasn't really keeping up on this case until she appeared.
She is amazing.
She's a treat, man. She's got Twitter a buzz.
Yeah.
She will absolutely make you miss Patrice O'Neill, though, when you see her.
Yeah, she looks exactly like fuck. I've never wanted him to be here so badly in my life.
So you can just point and laugh. Yeah, she kind of looks like Patrice in drag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll have to check that out.
Dude, Bill, she looks so much like him. Like when you look below her hair, like just above the eyes, the shape of the face, the fucking expression on her face. It's like literally Patrice in a way I could not get over. He would love it.
Yeah.
He would love seeing this happen because he would see the case falling apart.
And another day where we miss him because the shit he would have on this would be just so over the top.
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah, when all that Paula Dean stuff came out, that made me miss Patrice. I would have loved it.
Yeah, he'd have been all over that too.
And he would have taken her side in a way and known that she was. He might have said she was a racist or she's awful, but he would have fucking killed everybody for being shocked about it.
Right.
Yes,
and dishonest about it.
He also would have appreciated the fact that she actually admitted. Because she didn't have to. Like, if they used the N-word, she could have just said, no, never. She was just like,
Yep. And obviously she should have lied about it in hindsight.
She was a little too honest. I used to sing it at birthday parties.
Stupid of her thinking that, something she said 30 years ago shouldn't matter right now.
Right. Yeah.
But it does in this new society we live in.
Amazing.
I don't like that Bill's doing...
When you have a slavery-themed wedding, I mean...
Yeah.
That's a little rough.
That was a little rough.
I know how you guys are going to try to find the benefit of the doubt there, but I mean...
No. We found the humor in it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I'd love to go to that wedding.
Right. Hey, Bill, a bunch of people around here have seen The Heat, and they're saying that you're good in it, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. They're don't blink, you're gonna miss me. I have my usual role, like 8 lines, and I'm out.
I was talking to someone about that. They said you were in this movie more than that.
Oh, they're being very nice.
Jesus,
it's still nice. It's still good to get.
I like it, Bill.
Go see it, and I don't know. Hopefully, it makes a bunch of money, and they'll do another one.
Bill's always the over-the-top, loudmouth Irish bad guy or cop.
I play a redheaded, angry douche from Boston. So it was a big stretch for me.
I love it, man. It's so fun to see you in those those movies. When you were with Walken and Pacino, I'm just like, this is fucking hilarious. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, our little Bill.
I don't find it hilarious.
No?
It makes me physically ill to see Bill starring with fucking A-listers. Just doing scenes with You did a scene with Pacino, man. That's fucking amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Like I said, 8 lines. I'm the king of it. If you need 8 lines in a movie, I'm your guy.
And then I guess you were on Conan last night?
Yes, I was. I did. Went out and did panel for to hype this movie, The Heat. Jesus, I'm the worst. It was about an unsmooth I was on show movie.
This is exciting, man.
Yeah, we're happy for you, man.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, who I think is hilarious.
Oh, she was here the other day. I wish we would have got
Why
her.
wouldn't she come on our show?
I don't know.
Probably came in at like 3.
Probably.
It's coming late.
Yeah.
Who's here today? Miley Cyrus?
Yep.
Is she here yet?
She texted me.
So I hear that, I'm going to acknowledge that, that she's not taking pictures, though.
I don't care. I already got one with her.
Yeah, but this is the new fucking hot, with the little hot pants and short hair.
Right. I got her when she looked 15. I win. Is the movie out tonight, Bill, or Friday?
It comes out on Friday. Comes out on Friday, so hopefully
Tomorrow.
A bunch of people will go see it.
I think it's going to do very well, man.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a back end on this?
No. I got the you're lucky to be here money.
I love it.
Hey, Hernandez got arrested for murder, huh?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Dude, you know what's funny is how much people are into sports up in Boston. I'm talking to my friends. I'm literally like beside myself that someone could throw their life away like that. My buddy's like, dude, he goes, Gronk's getting injured all the time. Now we lose Hernandez. Who's Brady going to throw to? They don't even give a shit that it kind of, transcends the stupid game. Like,
right.
They're just like, how are we going to beat the Dolphins?
Wow.
That guy, man, and that was all premeditated. I mean, this wasn't like a spur-of-the-moment thing, like he killed someone and then realized, oh, my God, I think I just threw my career away. It's like, hey, let me just...
He knew.
Plan out a murder.
He had time.
Yeah. He didn't seem like he was on drugs. It was just cold-blooded execution style. I mean, all alleged, of course, but like,
of course.
I think that his teammates got to be like beyond freaked out or weirded out.
Yeah,
I mean, people snap and they fucking, I don't know, they kill somebody in like a crime of passion, but like, he did it like, I don't know, like a fucking hitman.
Planned out.
He just throws away $40 million. He was going to get $8 million a year for 5 years, and also an 8-month-old. There's an 8-month-old.
There's something else there. There's somebody had sex with the wrong person. There's something else there, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm waiting for the cell phone calls to those tapes to come out when he calls the cleaning company. I can't wait. It's gonna be, dude, how quick can you get here?
You got one of those real good carpet cleaners, and something.
Bring extra bleach.
It is. People do snap. It's like one of the most original, funniest comics around, most prolific comics, saying, "Don't blink, or you're gonna miss me."
Colin. You for 4 minutes before you chimed in with your fucking cunty comment. I just love that you had to sit on it and slowly die.
Exactly. Oh, shit.
Listen, Colin, it's no one-man show, okay?
Look, I said you're one of the most brilliant, prolific comics, but I have to admit, I never heard anything more breathtaking than "Don't blink, you're gonna miss me," guys. You should have done that on a panel at Conan last night. You would have tore the house down.
You think that kind of downplays his normal, personality and act and everything to be like,
What, to be like anyone's uncle from like 1985? No. I think it's a witty comment because it means it's a small part.
Right. Holy shit.
Jesus. You were in Crocodile Dundee. How did you hype it?
You guys are rough.
I told you. I tried to give myself a real part in that movie. They didn't appreciate it. I rewrote the whole script for them.
He rewrote the script for Crocodile Dundee.
Did you know that, Bill? When I was in Crocodile Dundee, I had one line, and I rewrote the whole script with a new guy leading Paul Hogan around New York, me, and handed it in.
That's a better fucking movie story than whoever was on the set of Brandon Lee's last film.
It's so fucking funny. What a set of balls on the young Colin Quinn.
What a delusional ass I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What?
I got to tell you, for the first 5 minutes, you guys were so nice to me. I really felt like you were setting me up for something.
No, man, we're happy
Not
for
at
you. For real.
I love it. Drag me back in. Drag me back in. My friend.
See what this show has done to everybody?
So jaded.
Fuck. You're the one that pointed out that, you feel you would leave the studio on a nice, bright, sunny day, and you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
I
love that observation.
You kind of got away from that, though.
We're trying.
Yeah.
When I first was coming in there,
right.
There was that naked girl crawling around on the mouse traps for like food stamps.
Patty.
There was the guy with the mental problems, and we all walked off the show and left him in there. We tried to re-trigger whatever his problem.
Holy fuck! I forgot about that guy. He thought he was seeing, and then he thought he would see people, and then of course we have to be idiots and sneak back in the studio and pop our heads up and stuff to really freak him out.
Yeah, we used to yell at the working man down on the sidewalk.
Ah, right.
Remember that day we was screaming at that janitor like his life didn't suck enough?
That's true.
How much hate mail I got on MySpace? That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, that was the good old days. Are you kidding me?
Ah, shit.
I forgot about that. We would put porn on the sidewalk and see who would pick it up. I love that bit to this day. That was a great one. We just have dildos on the sidewalk and just wait for someone to pick it up, and then we'd ridicule them. Didn't we have bullhorns that we'd start yelling at them?
We'd yell at them with bullhorns. Oh, you fucking pervert.
Come in, and they'd bring Opie gifts, and he'd act like he liked them. We'd just smash them right in front of them.
They were shitty gifts. The poker chips.
I forgot about those.
I haven't forgotten about the poker chips because I think you got a really nice gift, and then it was like, oh yeah, there's 2 of them, 3 of them.
I got crappy ones.
Actually, yeah, Jimmy was filming Lucky Louie back then.
Wow, that's right.
I was in the studio when that happened, though. It's one of the biggest laughs I've ever had.
Oh, the poker chips? Yeah.
One of my biggest laughs ever.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
But now Bill Burr is in Hollywood, and he's moving up.
The Heat comes out tomorrow with Sandra Bullock. It's impressive, dude. It's great that you're doing that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, too, Colin. I know somewhere in your dark heart you're actually happy.
All right. When you coming back this way?
I don't know. Maybe in July.
Okay. Yeah, I see you got a lot of dates. Go to BillBurr.com. Hyannis, the Cape Cod Melody 10 on the 12th. And
hey, Anthony, you'd like this. I'm doing a whole tour of the Red States.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go see all your people out there.
My people?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Racing out there to buy Paula Deen cookbooks and,
Oh, I thought you meant honest, law-abiding citizens of America, my people. Not fucking spouting out gibberish like fucking the Today Show. and walking on eggshells around fucking people because of certain words.
Jeez, Anthony, you sound worse than me trying to promote this movie.
I know.
You got to get a little more flow to it.
I know. I was watching the trial here. It's very difficult. I'm very distracted by this fucking trial.
Yeah, and we have girls.
Oh, there's girls?
What do you want on this one, Anthony?
I
don't know.
You know, I'm on justice's side, okay? How about we just hope justice prevails in this case, Mr. Burr? Hey, did you hear? Trayvon called him a creepy-ass cracker.
And I bet, you know what? I bet you believe everything from that side. And for some reason, I have a feeling you're questioning everything from the other side.
That is from the prosecution's witness, sir.
Like a blindly loyal sports fan.
Sir, that is from the prosecution's star witness, the girl that was on the phone with Trayvon right before he was...
He said that, then by all means, blow his brains out. Dude, that fucking guy is such a wannabe cop. I'm like that.
Is that illegal? Oh, I didn't know. Is wannabe cops? That's illegal. You want to be a guy that's going to keep the bad element out of your neighborhood, a neighborhood that's been robbed by people that you could profile and say that is a suspicious person. I should call the police.
Anthony, for the love of God, this is so predictable. This conversation between you and me. Why don't we switch up and I'll defend the fucking. Whatever that other guy said. I don't, you know what the other thing is, Anthony? I could give a flying fuck.
I hear you. You're fucking, you got things going on in your life. I don't.
Flying fuck? Since when did a fuck have wings? Go ahead, Bill, your turn.
Your turn.
What's it on you?
I hit it out of the pocket, I give it to someone else. Pass the baton, Chipper.
Your turn.
Oh, I love Chipper.
Your turn, yeah. You answer that. All right, look, Mr. Barr, we're getting back to this trial. You have fun in Hollywood, okay?
See you soon, my love.
Okay, you have a good time, too.
Have fun in La La Land.
All of you guys. I love you, Colin.
Love you, Billy.
All right, I'll see you.
Take it easy, Bill.
The great Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Where are these girls?
The Heat opens tomorrow with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
I think Bill Burr has a little bigger role this time around, too. I think he's downplaying it.
He might be.
I think so, too. But that movie sounds like an abomination.
Does it really?
Yes. Sounds like, hey, let's make a guy buddy movie with girls.
Hey!
These are girls that were trying to get on the bus.
Oh!
We're trying to get the...
Well, these are cover girls from fucking...
Holy fucking...
These are the girls that... Oh, my
amazing.
Lord.
They're showing their tits
they're
already.
Showing their tits.
These girls are real hot numbers.
Tell Roland if he doesn't bring him in, he's fired.
Oh, they are lookers, as they call them.
They have some shapes.
Lookers. Nice figures on these gals.
Lady's bringing girls. She brought out Melanie Monroe.
Oh, my God.
Hi, girls.
Come on.
Hi, you want to sit? We have chairs for you.
Hello, ladies. Pop right over there. Take a seat.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I like you. A Polish girl?
Yes, we are.
Very good. I like that. Wow.
And you really are sisters?
Yes, we are.
Do we have
Not twins, but sisters.
Sisters.
You Les out?
Les out? That's crazy. Wow. So,
very, very nice.
You guys are on the cover of Penthouse magazine here. Looking beautiful.
Yeah, we badasses. That's an issue for our guys. So they always do badass.
The 7th annual badass issue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it weird
I
being...
think more is important inside what it is. More pussy.
Yeah, more pussy. I like this
Hey, look at that.
Did she say more pussy?
Yes. Inside is better. More pussy.
Can you say it? Of course.
It's Natalie Starr and Natasha Starr.
No, Natalia Star.
Natalia.
I don't know how to say the Russian names.
It's Polish.
They're Polish.
Oh, all right.
Americans?
Russian, what are you in a hurry?
No, look.
You hear what I said, Carl?
I heard it.
I have to apologize first for Opie for his geography is a little it's not a strong suit.
Natasha's Russian.
Yeah, the name actually is Russian.
So
yeah.
How am I that off?
They hate Russians. They're Polish.
Right, there you
Yeah,
go.
they took my country.
Poland. Yeah, they did.
Yes, forget about what I look like now.
Colin's showing the girls pictures of when he was 18.
You were wild.
You're
wild.
I look like Andrew Galata.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
They don't know who that is.
He was a Polish heavyweight.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago.
Cares, right?
Yes.
A long time ago. Exactly.
Do you think she goes a
We
long
care
time
about
ago?
now.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You
When
think
did
he was handsome?
when did you come over to the States?
2000.
2000.
Yeah, we came to New York over here.
Oh my God! You must have been little tater tots then.
I was 7.
You were 7 years
I
old.
was 13.
And you were 13.
He was blooming.
So you come over here, and what? You go to
She's a
school and
dirty one.
everything.
Yeah, I went to school in Brooklyn.
You went
Yeah,
to school in Brooklyn.
Greenpoint.
Yeah, there you go.
Good call.
Yeah. Officially, we didn't live in Greenpoint, but
Yeah. And then, now, how did you start figuring out, hey, I think American men, they want to see our sexy body.
I just had to peek at
I was a slut all over the place.
You were a slut?
Always a slut.
Were you a slut?
Yeah, I was having sex all over the place.
God damn, that's fantastic.
I was open with my sexuality a lot. So
Yeah.
it's not yesterday I opened and I want to do porn.
It was always there, you know?
It's always there.
So I was born to do porn, basically.
Would you notice oh my God, she's fucking everybody? Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
Oh man. So then you're
I
a
was
little.
like, let me watch.
Whoa. Would you watch her have sex with guys?
Yeah. Today, last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Holy shit. And they're both naked in penthouse, and she just moved her leg, and I tried to look at her panties.
Yeah,
It's amazing how that's just...
Wait, what about last night?
Whoa, that's great. Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very nice
And Natalia
panties.
showed me.
I have black panties on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice
What happened
white
last night?
Dress.
Was there a good story last night, or no?
We went to eat dinner. We went to a sushi place.
Yeah.
And there was this girl sitting there alone eating by herself. So we invited her
kidnap
to
her.
her table.
Yeah.
So we started eating. They started drinking wine, and then one thing led to the other. And she came to the hotel room with us.
Oh man! So then the 3 years are in the hotel room.
Yeah.
So there
and
was some
the funny
lezzing
thing
out.
Is her
There was
last
lezzing
name is
out.
Star, but in Spanish.
Estrella.
So it was like she
Oh.
was meant to be with us.
Of course.
Wait, you guys have no problem having? Wow. Okay.
You don't mind having...
I watched.
Yeah, she watched. She
fuck.
took a shower and then she watched it.
Have you ever touched...
And she says next time I join too.
Did you diddle yourself a little bit while you watched?
No.
She was tired.
I was
maybe.
tired.
That's how jaded she is. She just went to bed while her sister was having a lesbian experience on the bed. How great is that?
Man.
That's
And
so
we have
hot.
one king size bed in the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have to
So it's like
share.
sharing is caring.
Wow. This is crazy.
Have you, the two of you ever had sex with a man at the same
Yes, we
time?
have.
Comedian, maybe?
No.
Oh.
Would
He
you
was
like to?
also a porn actor.
What's that?
He was.
It was on film.
Yeah.
Do you have sisters? Is it weird for you? Do you touch each other on film?
Like
We
touch
don't
as
allow
in like our body, not our private parts.
I
You
can't
haven't-
figure her
No,
nothing
it's
like
illegal.
that.
No,
for us to do
it's
that.
illegal?
That's
that
illegal.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Really, Laney?
Because we
Why is that
actual
illegal?
sisters.
Not in this room, it's not illegal.
No, not at all.
It's like the international fucking
I
dateline.
can spank
Yes.
her in a movie. They told me to spank
This
her
is
ass.
sovereign soil like the Vatican.
I said we get a little spanking going on.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Why don't the one sister spank the
what
other
a great
sister?
Hold on,
idea.
can we see your
my
hiney?
God.
Hey, the
Hold
mic
up,
is
Carl.
Hold on. She's got to bend over. Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Colin's like right next to her.
Oh, my
God.
It's one sister, legitimately.
Jesus.
Wait, let me put the mic.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spank
my
her so
God.
hard. She's been bad.
Oh, she's slapping her like a Nazi soldier in the Warsaw Ghetto.
Yeah. Spank her.
You know, I've
You've
seen
been a-
those videos.
You've been a
Very
bad
nasty.
girl.
Bad girl.
You dropped the meatballs or something.
What?
Yeah, the kielbasa.
Chip.
You were carrying a...
Black kielbasa.
Chip,
Hold on, you
don't fuck up the
Kielbasa,
sexual
yeah.
vibe.
You
do
gotta
this-
make it sexy. Like, all right, you were such a bad girl. There was a cat outside, and you backed over.
Chip is making it punitive.
Wow.
He made it into a moral
Bravo.
lesson for us all.
Wow.
Don't be a naughty kid.
I think this is what the
Very
George
nice
Zimmerman
ass.
trial needs.
This
To
is
bring
what it's
everyone
all about.
together.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
bring everyone together.
Wait, would
I
you
heard of
spank her?
slapping
Racial
sound.
harmony.
I'm
Yeah.
not much of a spank. I like getting spanked.
You like getting spanked?
She's the older sister. She's
Oh, you
it's
do
a
the
weird
spanking?
dynamic.
You paddle the youngster?
I mean, I don't mind it. You can spank me too.
I'd spank you. That's very
You
nice.
spank her.
You can spank
What's
me
that?
a little bit.
Give her the old, give her the
Chip.
old Lequalessa.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta bend over though.
Oh.
You've been so bad. You're not going out for 6 months or something.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I told you to unclog the toilet, but you didn't. Chip, you've been very bad.
Chip,
he's having a flashback.
Keep it sexy.
There was an old lady having a heart attack outside, and you didn't call nobody. You're very bad. He was too busy licking cooties, and the old lady died. The old lady's dead now, thanks to you.
Chip, that's not sexy.
Yes,
talk.
it is. Everybody's coming buckets. I'm so fucking horny right now. I could eat a pussy for 2 hours. Fucking piece of garbage.
They're nice ladies.
It combined the worst of his psychological flashbacks of his childhood.
Right.
Yes. Chip's mother had a lot of sexual incidents when he was young, and he still.
Yeah, he holds grudges.
Yeah, I used to see her through the bushes.
He doesn't quite get what sexy is and what
Yes, I
isn't.
do.
No,
I just made it. I was spanking her good.
Yeah,
He was good.
What you're
He did
saying
good.
wasn't, but what you're saying, it wasn't like sexy talk.
Yeah, it was punishing her for letting the old lady have a stroke in front of the house.
I didn't call the
There's the
police.
part that's not sexy.
Yeah, you should have called 911, Chipper, instead of tugging your pud.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
She died in peace.
How old were you since you were a slut when you lost your virginity?
Yeah.
What would you say?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
How old was the guy?
Wow.
He was
He
younger.
was, like old a little bit than me.
The couple. How old? I mean,
Like a couple years.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
Sure.
38, 15.
87.
And what about you? Were you a little more...
I was 14.
Oh, man!
That's a little more like it.
Who was the guy?
There you go.
He was 17.
Okay, that's fine. At least it wasn't like I'm some creepy molester.
And we're like...
He is now, but...
Americans, obviously. Or were they Polish from the
Actually,
neighborhood?
it was during the summer when I went to Poland for vacation.
Oh.
So it's like a summer vacation type thing.
Wow, what a vacation for him.
Have you ever
God.
sucked a penis together?
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that do you make out?
No.
No, you can't do that.
No.
Oh, we don't
But is
care.
it weird to like? They're legitimately sisters. Is it weird to suck a penis with your sister?
No stranger as it is for you.
No, because we kiss the
no,
dick.
not stranger.
I just want to make the
Yeah,
I just want to
good
make the dick
try.
happy, right?
Let's get them to make out.
A common
What?
preference.
What? What happened? Oh.
Do you
I know,
ever,
like,
do you ever
what?
hold each other's breasts like the?
Yeah, I love her playing with her boobs. She have nice.
Could I
big
see your breasts
boobs.
because I have
They are really
I
nice, right?
yeah, holy shit.
I like the way he said it. Can I see your breast? Because I
know, I panicked.
Wow.
Holy
Let them
shit.
breathe.
I can't get
Your fucking honkers are nice.
No, see, Chip.
What?
Wow. That's,
What wonderful breasts you
I'm
have.
gonna take.
are those all natural?
Yes.
They are,
Those are
right?
not. Those are not natural.
No, you can tell by the way they move.
Those are not. Those are implants.
Yeah,
No, they're
that's
not.
mine.
Those are. I guarantee they're implants. They
You can touch them.
Okay, that was what I wanted.
You're gonna test if they fake or real.
Wow.
You're gonna
I'll test them,
You're gonna
okay.
test
That's
them.
amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna test them.
Okay, like this.
No, Chip.
I'm
He's
fucking
doing the
Chip.
karate chop massage move on there. He's karate chop. Chip, no. He's touching his head.
I fucking bang the top of my head right into those titties.
Chip,
I'm
Are yours
thinking
real?
about it to get a bigger
They
one.
look like they
stay
feel
natural.
Yeah.
No, they
So
feel
if you-
real.
I want to hug them.
Kiss them, hug them, squeeze them.
Wow,
I just wanna
those
jiggle
are so
them.
natural. Look,
Yeah.
they're so
Those
natural.
are
should stay
fucking
that way.
amazing.
Get on to the side.
Yeah.
Oh my
Bigger than
God.
Right? She's a little bigger than you.
Little
But
big.
you
Yeah,
know
she
what?
is.
The variety is
God,
the
they're
spice
perfect.
of life.
I like it.
Perfect.
I like the fact
Yeah.
that these girls' tits are so nice they knock the chip right out of it.
Exactly. Chip took a hike.
Those are fucking like teardrops. They're amazing.
They're
Thank you for letting me feel your breast.
wow, look at that now. Panties, go ahead. Lose the
Look at what you
dress.
get the dress on for.
It's beautiful.
Don't get nervous, girls. Don't get nervous.
I'm gonna
My
leave
party.
my underwear on.
That is
Yeah, that's
great. She got like a turquoise-colored little fucking...
Do they feel real or fake? They look like they feel.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
all right.
You test them. You test them. Come on.
Jesus, Jim. That's amazing.
Get the hair away.
Jim, what do you think?
They're heavy, right?
It's like fucking like lifting two like fetuses.
No, Chip. You're going to ruin the whole vibe.
Now he's ready.
Gonna ruin it.
I know. Chip is
But imagine running with those boobs. Like this.
They might be. I can't even describe how fucking amazing these girls are. Those are so sexy
Yeah.
because all you see is fake breasts now. You don't see heavy, beautiful, real
nice,
breasts.
natural.
I think natural. They go now in back.
Yes.
Is it more in?
Yeah.
And what about hair care, ladies? What about hair
I
care?
have a bush, but it's only in the top.
We support bush.
What?
How much bush? Let's see. Let's see.
Oh man, yeah, see, that's great.
All the
Look at the pussy hair.
You have Arabic writing over your vagina?
Yeah, I'm getting it removed though.
Okay, what did it say?
No,
It
what
says
happened?
love and be loved
Oh, okay.
In what?
in Arabic.
I'm sure.
Wait, so why are you getting it removed? Seems like a nice message.
Because she thinks that's what it says. It really says behead the infidels.
It says.
How you know that for sure?
Yeah.
I know because I wrote it. I went on Google Translate.
It probably says,
Oh my God.
Yeah, fuck me hard. Fuck me hard.
I want to Google Translate. Oh my God.
No.
So why are you getting it removed?
Oh, well, I don't like it.
Were you going out with an Arab guy or something?
No, my best friend, she's Arabic. She's
What's
actually.
who?
My best friend, she's Arabic.
Uh-huh.
So.
Oh, so you decided to do that?
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
I get a sign that says Coda right there or something. Put a bunch of arrows.
That's a good one.
Fuck yeah,
Sure.
Carl.
Any other tats? You
No,
got-
that's it.
No tramp stamp? You got tramp
She
stamp?
has one. Of
course I
Let me
do.
see the tramp stamp. Oh, yeah. Little tribal work right there above the A's.
God damn, these girls are fucking sexy, man.
This one was my book. This one my first one. Second one. Third one. The fourth one.
What's on the
This
other
one
side?
is the third
She
one.
has 2 diamonds.
Yeah,
Two
this
diamonds?
one diamonds.
Oh, okay.
How, what type of parents make beautiful girl like this? Maybe factory,
41.
tractor worker, builder in
My dad is
Poland?
a construction worker.
He
He's
was
a bleaker.
construction.
Yeah.
My father, he make a tractor in factory. Mother also make tractor.
He's a good dad too.
Are your parents like cool with everything, or are they bummed out, or they're
I
like,
don't know. I never told her or him.
Whoa.
But we sent them the picture of the magazine.
Oh!
So it's like, we're hinting it.
That's
more than a hint. What do you say?
Yeah, it says penthouse and you're half naked on the cover.
my dad is he doesn't
Right.
speak English,
Yes.
so he's not like.
We don't need to see
We tell
that.
him this
But
is
he's a
construction
Brooklyn.
periodical about building of penthouses on buildings.
But he lives in Brooklyn, like in Greenpoint. So his
Yeah.
word is Greenpoint. So he got Polish people, almost everything in Polish. So he knows only Polish people. So he doesn't know
okay.
Penthouse is.
Right.
Yeah. So I told him it's a dirty
is,
magazine.
though.
Yeah, does he have his... he must know, like... his-
I explained to him what it is.
oh, boy. He's not happy?
I mean,
No,
it's
he was like, it's like, okay,
he's
cool.
okay. She said fine.
Yeah?
My mom says, "Wow," that's all she said.
Wow.
I give my dad's a head what I do before if I'm doing porn. I mean, yeah.
That's got to be a little tough.
I did get
for
her
a dad, because it's always daddy's little girl, you know.
I remember when I was younger and I found porn in the house.
Yeah?
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You didn't even know what it was?
I was like really young.
Oh.
No, it was in the house. She didn't know it was.
Oh.
My father was very civilized.
I actually found my dad dirty magazine when I was little, and I found it, and I went to the closet, and I closed the closet, and I was watching with the flashlight.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, and they were
This
looking for
story
me.
of
They were looking
two
for me.
factory workers having sex on the assembly line before a boss come in. Very wonderful story of a woman that run the rivet on the tank line, and the man, he puts the pins in the tracks of the tank.
Would you be bummed out if you went to your parents' house and you found this one like well worn in the bathroom?
That would be creepy. I mean, I want to send them one,
The
but
picture's sticking and everything.
Oh, man, right?
Yeah, a bunch of cum on it.
Gee, Chip, you could leave it at that. We know what we're talking about. You don't have to like get so graphic.
Whatever.
Chip has no like this.
He has no home training.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He's very dirty. What do you?
I like dirty people.
So, what do you girls have? What, you making any appearances and stuff?
Yeah, tomorrow. Wait, what
Today we do
Today?
HQ.
Today we're gonna
At
host a party at
Headquarters.
headquarters.
Yeah.
It's just a strip club. You guys are all invited.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. You guys want to see some sexy pussy and sexy ass chicks?
Oh,
Yeah, I like seeing
man.
Carl, nice
Just
hot
bring a lot
cooters.
of dollar bills down.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Speaking of which, Roland loves these girls as well, and he wants a lap dance.
What?
Yeah.
I think we should take care of
I
Roland
don't know
today.
if I could give lap dances because I never stripped or, you know.
Oh, you can make
I
it up.
wanted to, like, you know, show you.
I think
You know
show you
what?
guys
I think we
you
could
guys
judge
test it
you
and,
here.
Tell me
Yeah,
if
tell
it's
you.
good or
Yeah,
not.
Pluses or minuses.
Yeah,
I think that,
he could rate mine.
Sure. Oh, you did well up until the point where you forgot to put your mouth on his dick.
What happened,
You know,
Troy?
we'll just fool her.
Roland's hiding.
Why?
I thought he wanted a lap dance. Or you guys try to make this happen.
If you guys gave Roland a lap dance, it would flash you back to like the minor petty official from the Communist Party.
I won't be that sexual.
Yeah.
No touching.
Well,
I don't know, he looks like a corrupt border guard from Bulgarian.
We said, let's get you a lap dance. He didn't want one, and he's like, I'm trying to get Miley Cyrus picture, and he went running off.
I love Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
she's here today.
I know, I saw her.
Oh, you did?
saw her?
I saw her back.
You should
You see a butt?
She would probably love you.
Yeah, but she was really
She's the same age as her.
I'd smooch her.
Take pictures with her. That'd be good. Fucking Miley with.
Well, who else would want a lap
beautiful
dance
girls.
around here?
I want her.
You do?
Yeah, imagine her, you go to the bathroom and she's
yeah,
in the bathroom and then
dropping a big shit or something.
You ladies are beautiful, but it's a big step up from a Spanish girl eating sushi to Miley Cyrus.
You might have to work a little. You might have to work a little harder.
It's not that hard.
No?
No.
Damn.
It's not as hard as you think.
No, I think it's pretty easy with you girls. That would be.
I'll just walk to her like that. You know, hey, what's
Oh.
up, guys?
So perky and fun. Look at her go.
How you doing?
I don't think you're gonna be like that.
I was wondering if I can make you come.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You gotta lick that pussy good.
Yeah, that's no
one
problem.
can say no to that invitation.
Right.
Yeah. Go shake those puppies.
Wow.
I'd like to see Chip go to HQ tonight.
Fuck yeah, go to headquarters. Get
That
my
would be
pecker
good.
tugged.
Hecka tugged. There's none of that going
No, we
on.
don't do that there.
No. There's sexy dancing or
Yeah,
something,
just
right?
dancing.
Just
And what? Can guys get pictures of you girls?
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Fuck
do.
yeah.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna sign the magazine.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna
Penthouse.
take pictures, you know, give away magazines, talk
Wow.
to fans, you know.
Are they going to come on our bus, Laney? We want them on the bus.
Yes,
oh, they're very cool. Yeah. So nice to have girls that are.
What
Laney
kind
brings
of
the best
bus?
girls.
Is it like a sex bus?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it's
Get
the-
on the bus. It's from that Spike Lee movie.
Get on the
Yeah, we'll show you what kind of bus.
Could you sign the magazine? I come all the way here. I put buckets on the steam shovels back in Mother Poland. This is my brother. He put the cable on the bucket. Without us, no bucket gets put on the machine. Poland no get built.
That's a good impression.
Oh, it's great. I love that. I love the old Eastern Bloc. Yeah. Fun times. Good times.
Good times.
You girls don't even know that there was communism over there at some
I
point.
finished when I was born.
Yeah, when you were born, that was all over.
I was in a belly when I like actually finished.
Yes.
How old are you? How old are you? I'm sorry.
I am 202.
202.
You look fucking younger.
That's great.
I'm 20.
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
You look very nice.
And you're 20. Are you furthering your education, or are you depending on just the beautiful body?
Yeah,
For now.
that's my education.
For now.
That's it. For now, you got time.
I mean, I was looking
yeah.
to schools. My friend goes to school. He goes one day a week.
That's it. Oh, wow.
1 day a week.
It's a hell of a
Every
school.
Thursday.
Wonderful school.
It's better. You know, it's better than nothing, you know?
It's only 1 day better than nothing.
That's the better than nothing school. That's great. Enroll now. It's better than nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have a head for school.
Yeah. That's all right.
Do blowjobs.
You only need a head for school. You don't have tits like that.
Yeah. You know,
Don't
when I
worry
was
about
in
it.
school, they told me I should be an astronaut because I was taking up so much space. Fucking home run, Chipperson.
He just sucks the sex right out of the room every time.
It's like they're bubbly and fun and giggly, and then Chip says something. It's silence.
Oh,
Chip.
I guarantee if he goes to HQ tonight, the place will empty out of men in 5 minutes.
You don't want that.
Guys are going to out be killing themselves in front of the place. It's horrible.
At least gonna somebody. Then police is gonna come. There's gonna be a lot of things.
Oh man. Yeah.
Believe me.
So you girls dance up there
Yeah.
and stuff. So what you poles? You do the. I know you're poles. That's kind of funny. But on the you guys know how to spin around on.
I know how to spin around, but I don't know how to do
I'm
any
still
crazy
learning.
tricks.
No, crazy like when they wrap the leg around
I
the.
did a commercial for Scores over here for the New York
Oh, you did?
Scores over here.
Yeah.
So if you guys,
I've seen those
On
commercials
TV.
late
Yeah,
at
I'm in
night.
that
I see that. So hard to jerk off to those 2 seconds. Like she's gone.
I could do it.
Who's got
Yeah.
a tattoo on their left foot?
she does.
Oh my God!
Oh, what
happened?
Oh, wait.
That one is good.
Holy
shit! Wow. What? Opie's got a good picture.
Oh, that's a good one. I like
on the
that.
phone.
That's vulgar.
Someone just tweeted that to me. Wow.
Oh shit!
You're on your belly with everything. Huh?
So did you meet Miley Cyrus?
What happened, Roland?
So your call.
Where is she?
Oh, I don't
What was
care.
the question?
No, I'm waiting for the manager. Like, you guys might be able to get a picture with her.
I have one already, but I mean, I would still. Can we get her in?
What?
Yeah, she's coming right now. That'd be hilarious. Just say, yeah, walk in here, and she'll see the girl. She's beautiful.
Girls, just imagine when you're doing the lap dance. Just imagine you want a Turkish visa, and this is the person.
Roll it.
I should put my bro on when she's coming here.
Just imagine you were arrested for hashish being strapped to your body, and he's the warden at the prison, beating your feet.
Roland, you want a lap dance?
We're waiting for a Miley Cyrus,
I'm
right?
waiting for a Miley Cyrus picture for them.
Oh.
So you can't get a lap dance?
Yeah, what does that have to do with the price of eggs?
In Chicago.
We'll stop the lap dance.
Where's D-Rock?
Somebody will stand up.
Yeah, we'll stop the lap dance as soon as Miley Cyrus shows up.
You girls travel a lot around the United States?
We go to
Still starting.
Miami,
Yeah.
Chicago,
Chicago,
a lot of
Jersey.
Jersey.
And we live in California.
California,
Los
LA?
Angeles.
You're in LA, right?
We just moved recently in October.
Oh my God!
You got a place? What? Both of you got a place there
No,
together?
we together, live together. It's more comfortable.
Nice.
We share
Parties?
beds. Why we share?
Yeah, parties out there and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you drink? Vodka?
I drink Belvedere. It's Polish vodka.
Belvedere, Polish vodka.
I like cranberry vodka, and then I like.
Yeah. Do you mix it with
pineapple
anything or
and
like straight
Malibu.
up?
I like shots.
You like shots?
Tequila shots.
But what about you? You don't like a little girly drink on the side while you do your shots?
I drink with like orange
I
juice.
like beer
on
too.
the side.
Fuck.
I like Stella.
That this tough Polish girl. I like this. Like this.
Vodka.
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 No tak
Yes.
Byłaś piękna, czysta, przezroczysta. I
Yeah.
miałaś na imię czysta.
What did she say?
She thought about vodka, but she repeated herself.
Oh, I thought she was like saying something. Say something really dirty in Polish.
Chodź tutaj do mnie, żebym twojego chuja wysokowała.
What did she say?
I said, come here so I can suck your cum out your dick.
You said really dirty.
You did say really dirty.
That's great. Wow. That would be terrible not understanding Polish, and she's saying that, and you're just standing there going, wow. What?
Yeah. She's asking for directions. What?
The F train 2 blocks down.
Yeah, exactly.
I love taking a train.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, what do you girls take the train around? Taxis? What do you got? A limo?
Taxis.
Taxis.
Yeah.
Train, great point.
Boy, the driver must be like, holy fuck, what just got in my cab?
we had a cab driver take us from the hotel to over here. He was such a fucking dick.
Yeah, he was.
Why? What did he do?
The cab was $7, right? So we asked.
He probably didn't like what was written over your pussy.
We told him cash, and then we had only $100, right?
Yeah.
We didn't
have change.
So he started bitching.
Yeah, he died.
It's not your job to have change for the fucking cab.
Yeah.
Did you have a credit card?
Himself.
Yeah, I did, but he already pressed the button for cash, so I couldn't go back.
Yeah, he could.
Hey, cash.
Full of shit.
And he got mad, so he did.
I'm
I
like,
didn't
don't
give a
fucking
shit.
yell at me.
I didn't even.
Tell us who he
10
was.
cents. That's
With
it.
brick his fuck legs.
Yeah, he was that. I like the
They get
house.
more mean and meaner.
He probably liked you, and he was mad that he couldn't have you, so he
Yeah.
wanted to be just
That's
mad.
That's
everything. Every day.
I don't doubt it.
They're very nice girls, though.
They
They're
are.
fun girls.
Just adorable, great, fun girls. That's fantastic. Penthouse, of course,
They're on the cover.
7th annual Badass.
Yes, in stores today. Well,
Yeah.
yesterday. And today and tomorrow.
Yesterday.
And every day.
I think a lot of people will pick up this
Yeah.
one.
The
Yeah.
one with the green background. It says badass. You
This
know?
is great.
There's two hot sisters on the cover.
We
Now
are
I have
not,
to go to the
we are
dentist.
not
Amazing
twins. We
one.
are sisters.
Yeah.
We have an age difference, you know.
It's great.
Wow.
And
wait,
everybody
nice.
says that we're twins, but we're not. But then I have 6 years on her, so
You look great together. though.
yeah.
You
So
know.
everybody, like, if somebody says that we're twins, and then I thank you. That is bad on her because they add her 6 years on her.
Or just
Then
nine.
Well, they just added 3 to her and took away 3 from you. Let's just
There
split
you
the
go.
difference.
That's what he did
Compromise.
one time, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Every time, because I technically can't get inside like clubs, like, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Technically.
I know one club out there on Long Island you could get into. That's right.
Club Himmler.
Yes. Goose step your way to fun and happiness.
So
Yeah.
Penthouse and I guess headquarters tonight to meet these girls are the
I was
best.
also Hustler Honey too. I was in Hustler. I was a Hustler.
Hustler Honey?
September.
I
Yeah.
loved that section. Yeah, Hustler Honeys.
Yeah.
She did it for Christmas.
It was
Yeah?
like, I had like a red outfit and I was doing like a snow angel and
Whoa.
it was naked snow angel.
Of course. Hustler. That would be silly.
I would hope so, yeah.
Somebody liked the wholesome pictures in Hustler. You know, Hustler has a lot of, shots where they're, whoa. Kind of.
Yeah, they more dirty.
No, it wasn't
They're more
that.
dirty than Playboy.
They open
Yeah.
up their codas like the doors of the Bradleys or something.
All right.
Wow, Chip.
Well, so.
Yeah, we're
I want
gonna.
to thank the
let's switch it
ladies
up.
for coming in. Yeah, girls
Thank
are great.
you.
It's over.
Girls are, well,
Thank you for
yeah.
having us.
Our show's over.
Well, I could.
Show's over.
I gotta go. I gotta go to the dentist.
How about
It's
if the guy-
terrible.
I hate dentists.
I do too. I do too.
I missed my dentist like for like a couple years because I didn't do nothing. So I came back to do stuff and it's like nah.
Then it's even worse, right?
I need one too. Believe me.
Yeah.
What about if that guy buys a copy of the magazine and he sees them too and he goes, "These bitches don't break $100 bill."
These ones that would not break the 100. I press button for cash.
Oh my God.
They give me credit card. Puh, puh.
He's hitting it with his shoe. He's hitting the magazine.
And then he's saying like this.
He's jacking off to
bitch.
I just start my shift at 8 o'clock. I tell him it's not 8 o'clock.
But he did have change. Like, he did.
Motherfuck. Then I spill my piss bottle. They all have bottles with piss in it under there.
That's disgusting.
Fucking cabbages are disgusting.
Tell me they never.
They're animals.
Tell me never piss in a cup. in the
Right.
car, like-
That's what he does. I piss. I take my unclipped savage dick and piss in Snapple bottle. Cause these bitches with your cash to you. Jesus Christ.
Funny shit.
Right? It's a fucking circus here every day. Stop by.
I should tune in more often.
You really should.
Yeah, it's a comedy of errors.
Oh, shit. Doesn't he just stop the fun? He just...
Colin Quinn's going to be back tomorrow for the return of Lady Di and Marion.
Yes.
And let's not forget about his one-man show,
What do you mean those two?
Unconstitutional, at the Cherry Lane Theater from July 4th to the 23rd.
They should come by to see
should.
Lady Di and Marion just to see. It's like
Oh,
the ghosts of Christmas past. What could have been?
You guys should come back tomorrow.
If you didn't have your looks.
One little fucking DNA thing takes a turn and you get that.
Right.
It's amazing. No, you girls got it all perfect.
We're right.
All
right on
that,
the money.
all the genealogy came together and it was perfect. Oh man, look at me! I instantly go over. Wow, that is a lucky quarter.
Yeah.
Where it was.
Yeah.
That is a lucky quarter.
It was
I
right
had it
there.
in my
Wow.
nipple, and then I had to take my bra off, so it fell down on my belly.
Oh,
And then.
if this was the testimony that was going on with this beast in the fucking Zimmerman trial, I'd be going, well, you gotta convict them. You gotta convict them. This girl's a genius. She knows everything about everything. That was, yeah,
On
great.
CNN, they're blocking out the word ass. They're putting they won't print ass.
They spell it Jimnorton.
That's wrong. And that's hurtful.
Oh, sorry, Chippa. I really gotta go. I gotta be in the dentist chair at 11. Isn't that terrible? Out on Long Island.
Good luck.
Out on Long Island. I got a big house out there with a pool and,
The usual stuff.
a lot of Polish vodka that I just keep around for just such an occasion.
Yeah. Sobieski.
All right, that's working well.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, huh?
See you
All right,
mañana.
girls.
All
Take
right.
it easy. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Colin Quinn, always a
Thank you
pleasure.
for having us.
Anytime. Thanks.
Natalia, start your flag.
Oh, wait.
And follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, get the Twitter. We'll post
Hold on.
the Twitter.
Do it again. Do it again.
Natasha
Okay.
Star 69.
Natasha Star 69. Very
Mine
good.
is NATALIASTARR XXXXX.
Ooh,
On Twitter. Very
Triple
good.
X. I know what that means.
These girls were terrific.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
right.
for having us.
Come on back and see us again.
Thanks.
Laney rules.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be on the bus tour. Holy
They're going
shit.
to go see Miley.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Colin,
right.
you better be here tomorrow, Carl.
Huh?
Leave
Oh my God!
one or two.
Oh, let's go. Thank you so
One or
much.
two.
Oh, what a great
That
time.
one I mailed to them.
Okay, you did? Okay, so you just
Yeah,
need
yeah,
one?
yeah, that's fine.
5'7"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh, thank you, sweet.
Beautiful.
Bye, ladies. Good luck.
Okay, cool. Good to see you, Colin.
Same here.
Good to
Take
see
it
you.
easy, lady. Thanks, Laney. Take it easy.
All right, we'll go this way.
Hilarious.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
What?
That's just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they were great.
Yes,
It's so true. You
okay.
get used
Take
to
it
fake
easy.
text and you see real ones. You're like, oh my God.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, that seeing natural girls like that, you know, right? Not those big fucking nasty
But I'll tell you right
implants.
now, nothing like Lady Di and Marion. I want to
Yeah.
see them.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Oh, Miley Cyrus. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.